and welcome to This Show is a Mimic. I am Bo the Bard, your dungeon master.
Oh my god. Hello.
Oh fuck.
Hello, my mic went.
Oh my god.
I am Bertie the Bard, your dungeon master, and with me as always is...
What is up, everybody? It is Kenna, it is Miss Saoirse on TikTok, and today I will be playing the Ar'ran Jond'athan barbarian named Audra.
Hi.
Ben.
That's it. That's my
Ben.
And it's
Hello,
your go.
everybody.
Every
I'm Ben,
fucking week.
D&D.
How many weeks have we been
I
doing
play Cayde Vakian, who is the half-elf hexblade warlock. At least for now, he is. He might be dead soon. Who knows?
And then a moment of silence for our fallen brethren.
Yeah.
And then it's me. Hey, what's up? It's Aaron, Obsidian Olive, and I'm playing Longest Shadow of the Moon, the Tabaxi wizard paladin mix who's really cool, and we like him a lot. Because he is very, very sexy. That's all I'm saying.
And
like I
I'm...
said, there's an alternate universe where Cayde and Longshadow are a thing. I want that too.
And I am...
alternate
Hey, it
universe.
doesn't need to be an alternate universe. We can
Yeah,
bring
I
that
was gonna
make
say,
that
this
happen.
session.
The alternate.
And I'm Bertie the Bard, your dungeon master. Yes, as Aaron pointed out, we are not being joined this week by our resident hex, Jason Vagrant. Unfortunately, he has real-life work obligation things to do.
Real life? D&D
Not
is real
on
life.
the internet things. He has a job.
There's
and
life
stuff.
outside of
Thanks for
Mountain
the
Dew and Doritos.
sub, Miss Saoirse. Oh my goodness.
Hey, what's up, Miss Saoirse?
Wow.
That person must be really cool,
Thank you,
not like
Miss
any of
Saoirse.
us.
And yeah, welcome back to the Sorodin Chronicles. Before we get started, we want to shout out Mr. Arcane Anthems. I'm gonna stick one of his tracks on real quick. This really upbeat one. Oh my god, thank you, Obsidian Olive, for gifting a sub to Gaming Benjamin.
Wow.
You're
all
not
those-
subbed?
All those people sound real cool.
I bet Gaming Benjamin is very thankful.
How dare? How
There you go.
dare?
He's spamming those emotes. Look at that.
Spam those emotes in the chat. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much. So yeah, music we like to use for this show is from Mr. Arcane Anthems Weston over on TikTok. Well, he's Arcane Anthems over on TikTok. His real name's Weston. He makes fantastic music that is free to use for all of your tabletop
boy.
RPG. He has his name on his TikTok. And
We're in a funky mood today.
yeah, we are
It's,
in a funny mood. We need Hex here.
Yeah.
Mm,
You act like he's not the moodiest of funks.
And yeah, he makes fantastic music that you should go check out. Now,
does?
no, Arcane Anthems, Patreon.
Oh my god, the shoe is on the other foot today, and I am loving it. It's good.
And second thing we'd like to announce, we announced this last week, we're going to re-announce it this week. We have a new show coming to this show's a Mimic. We've got
Don't. It's fine. We're not gonna worry
We've
about
got
it.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Well, a Percy Jackson themed show called Dungeons and Demigods. All of the material for which it's a modern, it's a D&D campaign set in the world of Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. We all play demigods. I will be there. Aaron will be DMing.
No, I don't DM. That'd be the worst.
We're gonna have the Adventures of Mr. V is gonna be there. Chaotic Bonnie is gonna be there. The Nerdy Niffler is gonna be there. It's gonna be a fantastic time. That's gonna be happening here, and then a secondary campaign of the same game is gonna be going on over on our good friend Schooner Relatus channel. On
Which is also
Wednesdays,
DM'd by Aaron.
which is also DM'd by Aaron. He's pulling double shifts, but so ours is on Fridays at we believe 8 p.m. at the moment.
8 p.m. EST? Oh no, PST. 5 p.m. EST. Because it's noon.
Yeah.
No,
8,
yeah, no,
8,
wait.
8 p.m.
No,
GMT.
Wait, GMT. That's the words. It's noon PST. It's 3 p.m. EST.
Time
That's
zones.
the word.
My
8
brain.
p.m. GMT. That's the middle
We'll tweet
one.
about it. Follow our Twitters. We'll tweet about it.
I don't know if we
Jesus.
will. We'll see about that. Anyway. Our TikTok is not... Our Twitter is not active. Neither is our TikTok. Anyway.
That's valid.
All of the homebrew
Here.
material... All of the material for that campaign is homebrewed by Aaron and with the little additions from myself.
You're basically a co-writer. What the fuck do you mean little
yeah.
additions?
But you can find much of that stuff over on our good friend Aaron's Patreon, patreon.com/obsidianolive. You don't even have to pay, and you can get the Aphrodite class for free.
No, the Hades class for free.
Hades class
was
for
the drop
free.
for
Sorry,
February.
the Hades class for free. You gotta pay for the Aphrodite class. But if you want to play a Hades kid, which is what I am, or I was,
Yeah, he was.
And
I'm
you
gonna-
died.
died.
I'm gonna be playing a child of Heracles in the next game.
That's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be great. Max is an absolute ray of sunshine.
Oh,
Complete opposite of Cadmus. Anyway,
Oh my god.
that's everything I believe. So catch us on Friday, same channel, 8 p.m. GMT. Adjust for your own time zones.
See you there.
We'll see you there. Okay,
It'll be
now,
dope.
last time on the Sorodin Chronicles,
boy.
you parted ways with Jason's kin, Tifa Stormvale, as she is now sailing around to Port Obsidor, the location of what you hope to be the final battle with the Cult of Soros. She is going to collect some of your allies on the way, and she's going to escort your ship from Celador all the way around to Obsidor. And meanwhile, you arrived in the city of Cayde Solan, the capital of the High Elves in the continent of Sorodin, and the home of Cayde Vakian. You arrived
It
there.
was Vakian all along.
You
Oh
arrived
my
there.
God.
We arrived there because no spoilers. We arrived there because Cayde found out that his parents had been wrongfully arrested for a crime that Cayde in fact did commit.
Details.
Allegedly committed.
Allegedly.
Prove it in court.
Exactly. Where's my lawyer? I won't answer any questions until I get my lawyer.
Audra will be your lawyer.
Believing it's a trap,
Can I-
you are
can I-
now.
Can I be the prosecution?
He confessed to me. This is a kangaroo court. And you, upon arriving in Cayde Solan, this wondrous city of magic, you returned to the Vakian estate, Cayde's childhood home, and you found there a member of your family, the only one left to inherit the Vakian estate, Eli Vakian, Cayde's cousin and the son of Arthur Vakian, Cayde's uncle, who Cayde murdered before
He did
leaving.
do that.
Allegedly.
He did murder
Allegedly.
him. He did
Allegedly.
kill
Not
him.
allegedly.
You
that's
took
a
it.
fact.
You took a sword off of a mantelpiece
Objection.
and you
Objection.
killed him
Lack
with
of
it.
evidence.
You carry the evidence around with you in like
Objection.
a pocket dimension, but you have it. You're standing right there, and you're holding the murder weapon.
Until such pocket proven can be produced, pocket dimension can be proven and produced. This is all circumstantial evidence and can therefore not be
Exactly. Thank
admissible
you.
in court.
That's my lawyer.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see Audra as a lawyer. That'll be fantastic.
Honestly, though, I feel like Audra would rock a suit. Like, Audra would look awesome in a suit.
Probably,
She
for sure.
would look awesome in a suit, and then if she didn't like the ruling, she'd just punch the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, it's valid. Punch the judge in the face.
You just like
Yeah.
look at like how does the jury prosecute?
Alright.
Right.
Okay, all fun and
Reel it
games.
back
Now, when Eli saw Cayde arriving at the Vakian estate, he was not best pleased to be confronted with his father's killer, and he attacked, telling
Yeah.
Cayde that if he
Ow.
wanted to make amends and he wanted to help his parents, he needed to turn himself in. You managed to subdue Eli without harming him in any way. Not after he brought Cayde quite low on hit points. He attacked Cayde quite severely.
I have a new scar across my face.
With a green flame-bladed sword. And that is where we left off.
So I'm still holding on to him, right?
You've got him bound right now. You've got him wearing manacles and tied up with rope, I believe?
Okay, I'm not letting go.
He's
of
also gagged, I believe, as well.
this.
Yeah,
He
that's
is
it.
gagged.
He's bound and gagged.
Yeah,
I
okay.
just checked my notes from last session, and my last thing is Eli Vakian knows what's up.
Mine is
in your notes for that session. Oh my god.
mine is Eli's big mad and knows Misty Step.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're going bound and gagged, and he is glaring at Cayde.
Yeah, Cayde feels a little uncomfortable under his gaze, to be honest. Kind of avoiding his eye a little bit.
Can't see why.
I hate to mention this again, but in that fight, there was magic let off that is quite loud. At the very least, we should secure the perimeter if we are not going to move.
Right. Okay.
Jason, why don't you go keep a lookout?
I can do that. And he's just gonna stealth away.
Should I go make perception checks for Jason?
What's his modifier?
He's a pretty decent modifier.
He has a passive of like 16, I think.
He's got a +9 to perception.
Damn, he's got a passive of 19. I don't even know if I need to roll. Well, my roll was less than his passive. Oh no, it wasn't. It was a unnatural 20 with the roll. Okay. Yeah, he's out there.
Okay.
Looking for trouble.
Ah, yes.
I feel as though I look down at the very angry cousin. Perhaps this was not the correct way to go about things.
Perhaps you're right, but
I did give you the
too late
opportunity to approach this more quietly, but then you decided to barge in.
I know.
All right. Pardon me, Master Eli. And I go and I just kind of like prop him up using the manacles, and kind of help him to his feet. Does he stand?
I mean, I'm holding on to him. We are sitting. He's pretty much in my lap, and I'm holding on to him.
Perhaps we do not treat him like he is a child. He has been bound and gagged. He cannot spellcast out of what he is currently in. Perhaps we find a chair for him to sit in. It is more comfortable than the floor.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
All right. I haul him up on his feet. Where are we going?
I'll look at Eli. Would you prefer we do this in your bed chambers or down in the central area of the living room? I'm just gonna like point one to the other and wait for like any amount of acknowledgement.
He's just glaring at Cayde. He doesn't seem to pay you much attention.
I think there might be more sitting areas in the living room if we go downstairs, perhaps.
Eli,
Okay.
you know me. If I meant you any harm or was a threat to you whatsoever, why would I be here?
You killed my father and broke into my home in the dead of night. Oh my... You hear me?
No, yeah, but we
Oh, I thought you ungagged him. I thought you ungagged him. I apologize.
No, I was gonna do that once we got him downstairs. But
Never mind.
Cayde decided to start this conversation.
Okay, never
on
mind.
the
Yeah,
fucking stairs.
yeah. Okay, if you want that, if in that case, he's just glaring at you. There's not much else he can do while he's gagged.
Perhaps, Cayde, you should wait to have this conversation until he can respond easily.
I know. I'm just letting you know. I want to talk about this, okay? No more fighting. I can explain as best I can. Okay? At least allow me that. If I mean anything to you still. If our friendship means anything to you still. Please just let me explain myself.
He doesn't respond.
Your boy tried to kill you. I don't think your friendship means shit to him anymore, to be honest.
It does to Cayde.
All right. Downstairs we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to like the kitchen area and grab a chair of some kind, like one of the easily bound to wooden ones.
Yeah.
And then maybe remove some plastic sheets from the more cloth covered seating in the living room, and we can set them up there.
I mean, it's not plastic; it's just white linen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always think plastic sheeting, but you're right. They don't have plastic here. Maybe I should invent plastic.
Oh my god.
Fucking Long Shadow becomes an oil.
Destroy
Long Shadow becomes an oil baron.
Oil tycoon over here, Long Shadow. You know there's oil in the jungle, right? We'll just have to deforest Rinatoxiu, and then it'll
Oh
be
my
fine.
god.
I can't think of
No.
anything more out of character.
I know. Yeah, we'll set him up, remove some of the linens from the cloth and everything, and sit down. I will be ready to counter any spell if he attempts to teleport out of his bindings once they remove his mouth binding.
Okay.
I'm going to stand next to Cayde.
Okay. So, Long Shadow, you're just at the ready.
I'm just at the ready for
Okay.
if he decides to try and get froggy with us. We're just gonna counter it.
Okay, I'll just go over and just very gingerly remove it. Sorry. Listen. What have they told you? And who has told you what?
The guards told me. Who do you think?
And what did they tell you? Because they might have not told you the full truth.
That you murdered my father with the family sword and fled in the dead of night. You were seen fleeing the city.
Right. Did they tell you anything about why?
What other reason? What reason do you need?
Why would I? Eli, you know me. Why would I just do that? That's not who I am. You know that. Why would I do such a thing?
I don't know anything, clearly.
Eli, come on. Just try and be rational with me, please.
Rational. You killed my father, fled for months, and when you come home, you break into my house in the dead of night.
Just gonna look to Audra just like, what do I fucking tell him? I don't know. This is beyond me.
I find it best sometimes when things get cloudy, you clear the air with the truth.
Okay. Eli, what I'm gonna tell you is disturbing, awful, and for all of it, I am sorry. What you have been told is true, but it's only part of the truth. Okay? Your father, my uncle, came here and he stole the blade for awful reasons. And I got it back from him. I didn't mean for this to happen. But he quite literally forced my hand. And I didn't want to. I didn't mean for it to happen. If there was any other way, I would have done it any other way.
He stole an heirloom that belonged to this entire family.
Oh, come on.
Tell him why he did, Cayde. The whole truth.
Yeah. Arthur Vakian, my uncle, your father, was part of a cult. The cult of Saros. I can prove this to you as well. You don't just have to take my word, I can prove it to you.
A cult?
Yes.
Is this the best you can do?
And why else would he want it? For what reason would he want a sword that we don't even use? The blade was blunted. Why would he want such a thing?
Well, now I can't
Really?
ask him.
Well, I can tell you why. He wanted it because it contained part of a being much older than any of this. And he wanted it because he wanted power. You know as well as I do that for the longest time he was jealous of my dad's power, the family gift. Right? You know this. All of us know it, even if it was unspoken. We know. Right?
He doesn't.
Doesn't
He doesn't
respond.
respond. He's just.
Yeah. And I don't know how, but he found this cult, or perhaps they found him, and they gave him this opportunity to take this weapon and use it for awful things. I found evidence in a secret room in his study, and I can show you. I can show you where it is. You don't have to listen to anything I'm telling you right now, but I can show you. We can take you there. It's in his study. There is a secret room inside. I don't know if anyone will have taken it, but inside there were documents, lists of people that the cult were after, damning evidence. I don't know if it's still there, but if it is, I will show it to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. Yes.
Being honest.
I know, that's why I said persuasion, not deception.
All right. 15, 16, 18.
Pretty tragic way to kill Eli after all this.
How much?
18.
Okay. Eli, he just looks away from you and holds up the manacles.
Promise me you won't fight anymore.
Just shuts up. Keeps holding up the manacles.
Okay. Audra, even if he doesn't trust me, I trust him. I have to. For my own sake, I have to trust him.
Audra's going to lock eyes with Long Shadow, like a you know what to do if shit goes south type look.
Yep.
You get the impression you could very easily overwhelm him.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's gonna go and she's gonna take off the manacles and put them back in her bag.
Okay. And he just rubs his wrists.
I really hope I don't have to kill this guy. I'm gonna feel real bad because he's kind of in the right
I will
here.
hate it as well.
He
He's kind of in the right here.
And then
for the
he-
longest time.
He just stands up and he starts walking towards the back of the house. As he passed the staircase, he reaches out his hand and the sword that was, I assume, left on the landing lifts up and shoots into his hand. And he's just going to sheath it.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
That is so dope.
Hey, Birdie,
and-
can I design a summon weapon spell, please? That sounds really cool.
Okay,
Probably,
Thor.
yeah.
Okay.
That would be quite basic. Anyway, moving on. He leads to the back of the house, out into the grounds that you came in through. And yeah, as you're going through, Jason reappears. He's just like, "What is he?
It's alright.
We have decided to show him something that might change his mind towards Cayde's guilt.
Okay. I don't think anyone saw anyone. My Jason voice needs practice. I don't think anyone caught on that we had a fight.
Such a good Jason voice.
It all seems quiet outside.
Good.
Okay.
Let's go then.
I'm gonna, as we walk around, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any animals acting suspiciously that might tip off they might be familiars of anything here in the city.
Sure, go ahead. Make a perception check.
All right. You know what? I feel like this is important enough for the long shadow die. Where's my long shadow die? All right, let's see here.
Good die.
Pretty good die. It's a pretty good die. Whoever got it for me must be pretty awesome. Let's see here for perception. That's 14.
It's quite late now. Like it's around about relatively late. It's around about 11 p.m. It's enough that it's quite quiet, and the very very occasional like you'll notice a squirrel or something in a tree, but nothing that tips you off to being suspicious.
I'm gonna have Rusty patrol the grounds as we go to the second house, just to make sure.
Okay. The duck just waddles off. just remembered Rusty was a duck.
He's a ginger duck. He's adorable.
Okay. And you head towards the smaller but not insubstantial building that was Arthur and Eli's residence until recently. And he gets a key off of his belt and opens it up. Much the same way, this place looks even less lived in. It's much colder than the main house. All of the furniture is again covered in linens, and there's a thick layer of dust in a few places.
So it doesn't look like anyone's been in here recently.
No.
Good start.
You get the impression that maybe Eli didn't want to be in here anymore.
Too many memories of his dead dad.
Probably.
God damn.
Alright, rub it in.
You do pass by a similar to the family portrait in the big house, a portrait of Arthur and Eli, and yeah, it would just be Arthur and Eli.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, no, I mentioned in the last in the last episode that Eli never knew his mother.
I know that's still sad. He had one parent.
I know.
I feel really bad for Eli.
It's very again. This is your first time seeing Arthur. He is quite hang on, I need to remind myself what Arthur looks like. Getting Benjamin. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna retcon something, Bam, because Arthur is a full elf, and full elves can't grow beards.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's quite a severe looking older elf. He looks quite similar to what Eli looks like now. Just a little bit more mature. You see, not as elves don't really age, but they do kind of weary. A little bit of more lines in his eyes, and he has very very strictly combed hair, quite smartly dressed in browns and black, and yeah. Next to him at his side, a much younger Eli, around about the same age Cayde was in his portrait, about 11 years old, and yeah, very much his father's son. He leads you through the house and up some stairs to a small office. Oh, not quite small, quite modestly sized. There are a few bookshelves, and again, everything aside from the bookshelves is covered in tarp. But there are a few bookshelves lining the wall, and 2 bookshelves at the rear. And Cayde, you would know, the one at the rear is the one.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn to Eli and be like, "This is your home. You know every inch of this room, right?"
I didn't come in here very often.
Still, you know better than I did, right? And I'll just go over to where I know the secret door is and just open it.
Okay. Yeah. In the rear of the building, in the rear of the room, on one of the bookcases, there is a book labeled "The History of Sorodin," and you pull it, and a mechanism clicks behind the bookshelf, and that gives way for the doorway to swing open, revealing the smaller office in the back. Eli's eyes go wide.
I wasn't lying to you about any of it. Come on.
And he
Let's
steps
step inside.
He steps in.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
This is... I mean, I don't know too much about it, but this is a secret room he had in the house. Obviously, if he was doing stuff with the Cult of Sorrows, he would have wanted to keep it secret from you and from everyone.
As you enter into this small office, it's very sparsely, like the wallpaper is very stripped. This place was not meant to be seen.
Yeah.
There's a very basic writing desk and a chair, and you would notice on the ground much of the correspondence seems to have been shredded. But not everything. You, however, are able to go over to the desk, and the place where you found the list and the secret documents, and like the truly disturbing documents, is in a false bottom of his desk. Secrets upon secrets. And when you check that space, documents are still there.
Okay, I bring them out, and I'm like... In fact, even I will open it, see that they're in there, and just gesture to Eli and be like, look for yourself. And just take a step back and just be like, I haven't messed with it. I'll let him look through them.
Can you leave me? He's just gonna pull out the desk chair and sit at the desk. And
just promise you won't go anywhere, okay? This is much bigger than your dad, alright? This is the whole city is in danger. This isn't as simple as just taking this to law enforcement. Okay. Alright. And I'll just step out of the room.
Okay.
I'll just look at the others and be like, he's got what he needs. He's just taking a minute.
It's really hard to not be really cautious and stay here to counterspell with spells.
I know. Same. Same.
But, all right.
Trust
Long
goes
Shadow will fall
two ways.
I know.
No. Long Shadow will follow Cayde out of the room. Ugh.
I mean, we're just like, he's in like the second office. We're just in the main office.
Yep.
Huh. He goes to cast a spell, we'll hear it.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it to count it.
Audra is just kind of glance at Cayde, and she's gonna say, what do you think the chances are that he'll forgive you?
I don't know. I understand his anger and his hate. I do. He never knew his mother, and his father meant a lot to him. And, well, grief is one of those things, really.
Do you think he'll help us find your parents, or do you think we're on our own?
I don't know. But I at least need him to know the truth, because he'll be an ally, even if he doesn't come with us. Someone in the city that we can actually trust. He's just rubbing the new scar he has across his face.
Audra's gonna ask, is there any paper and like a quill?
Oh, easily. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
are you asking aloud or are you asking the DM?
Both.
Okay, yeah. On the desk there would be an inkwell and some papers.
Cayde, do you mind if I write a letter really quick?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
Okay. While we're waiting to see what happens, Audra is going to be writing a letter to Hickett.
Okay.
I will tell you what that letter says later.
Okay.
Because I have to write it.
So scribbling a letter.
Audra, if there's someone you need to contact, I could always contact them through magical means.
It's okay.
Okay. I just thought that I would offer.
Thank you.
So don't you need to know the person?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I haven't tested the spell. We'll see what happens if I don't know the person.
Because there could be like 7 pickets in the world.
Yeah, and then one of the, it's kind of like when there's somebody who has a similar name than you, like living in your town, and sometimes you get their packages. You never know.
Okay. And after a fashion, Eli emerges into the room.
Hey. I know that must have been a lot.
You see his eyes are like very, very red and bloodshot. I don't know what to think.
I know.
I apologize, Master Eli, but I am not as familiar with you and your father, but I am a man of family. And I know that you might feel guilt in this moment for caring for your father or mourning his loss, but he was still your father. Even if he did commit heinous acts or might have had other reasons for doing things, it is okay to mourn. Monkey.
I hate you so much.
I can't handle silences.
Monkey.
You can't do it. Monkey.
I apologize. Sorry about that. He just nods a bit awkwardly at you. Like, none of you've introduced yourselves.
And for some reason, I suddenly remembered we have not introduced ourselves. I am Longest Shadow of the Moon, a compatriot of Cayde's, and member of the Wavebreakers. And then I gesture to the other to Audra.
Audra just kind of nods her head and she goes, "My name's Audra," and she says, "I am sorry for your loss."
I would have been dead without their help. Long ago.
10 minutes ago. And then she's just kind of being
longer ago than that.
And
But,
then
you
this
know.
one is Jason. Feel free to ignore him.
Hello. Hoot hoot. And so he's just so started with my father. What have you done since?
Well, I'll admit, I spent a lot of time running.
I mean, with the cult.
Oh, well, I didn't even know the full extent of the information you have there, to be honest. I only was able to get to some of it before I had to leave. But, I mean, I only knew of their true name recently. But
this is, he gestures to, he's got the documents in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
This must be out of date. There's a few names on here that have gone missing.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, I say gone missing. There's been a few incidents. Some of these people, they died to illnesses, as you say, thought.
Oh, Eli.
No
that
one
won't have been
No one.
illnesses. That's all those names are people that the cult want. That's why my name's on there. We've only managed to meet up with one other member that's on that list, but a cult are all after everyone.
If you are in need of direction, to be frank, we are here to free Cayde's parents from imprisonment, and then we are to head to where we believe the majority of the cult is located.
I know where your parents are.
You do?
Yes.
Right.
It was the place I was supposed to take you if you ever showed up.
Right. Okay. Can you take us there? I know I'm asking a lot. I know.
That wouldn't be wise.
It is a trap then.
Why? Why not?
The man who imprisoned your... He's a sort of an acting captain of the guard, but he's a bounty hunter.
Ar'ran Jond'athan.
That would be his name, yes.
Just gonna look to everyone else like, yeah.
He
Had to
hasn't...
run in with him before.
He hasn't any official rank, but he has the city watch at his beck and call.
Yep. Like I said, a lot of the city is secretly under the cult's influence. If you had turned us in, well, I doubt they would have even released my parents, to be honest. They would have quietly disposed of me, and, well, anyone else that got in their way. All these people, you say they died of illnesses, correct? These names?
There were a few, some hunting accidents.
All
Some went-
cover-ups.
Some went missing.
I can guarantee you, all cover-ups.
I understand. I see that now.
This is why we can't take any of this. I know that the best thing realistically to do would be to take this information to the city guard or to anyone, but we can't because we can't trust anyone here.
And this
That's why I came to you.
This man Soros, what do you know of him?
Not too much. What do I know, DM?
This is the first time you've heard the name Soros in relation to a person, other than the original emperor.
Well, I mean, the original Emperor Saurus. So what do you?
No,
I don't know what you mean.
He puts down the document, like this tome on the table, and gets to a part of it that you hadn't got to before being interrupted by your uncle, and it goes into more details. Bits of pieces of information from various letters and things, but the overall picture you come to understand is that the goal of the cult of Soros is, of course, domination, rule of the empire.
Mm-hmm.
The means of which they wish to do that is to install someone by the name of Soros Corvus.
Oh.
Hey, wait, Corvus. We heard that from the captain Storm. What's her last name?
Yeah,
Different
so you
one, I
hadn't
believe.
you hadn't no, the Corvus you guys killed was a trapper. That's irrelevant. The name that
Right.
Aaron is talking about is M. Corvus. Was a name that was found on a lot of the correspondence that Tifa found.
Ah.
And there are a few.
Corvus.
An M Corvus, letter M. Corvus.
Ah.
And a few of these letters are also sealed with the same name. And the seal that a lot of these are sealed with, all the ones from the M Corvus, are a seal that is somewhat pretty recognizable to you all. It's the royal seal of the court of Sorodin, of the Emperor of Sorodin. However, it's been modified, so there is a sword running through the middle of it.
Oh.
That's not horrifying in any possible way.
And
Definitely not a bad omen of shit to come.
when he gets to the back of the most furthest back in this kind of history, because they're kind of chronological, going from most recent to longest ago. The first one is one of the initial bits of correspondence when Arthur was being first brought into the cult, and a mantra that kind of keeps appearing in a few of these earlier correspondence is, "Only Soros can lead us to victory in the coming wars."
Ah.
Oh.
Huh. Okay.
This actually does comfort me in a way. Because if they are planning on installing their own ruler, it is very unlikely that they are working with either of the princesses, and more using them to create chaos.
What are the princesses' last names?
They don't have them.
Yeah, they're just Princess Ellerin and Princess Ellerin and
It's
Princess Adora.
like-
It's General Adora, right?
Their surnames would technically be Sorodin. As
Okay.
confusing as that would be.
I
But
mean,
the
I don't suppose
the original Conqueror, Soros the Conqueror, didn't have a surname. So they are the family. They're the royal family of Sorodin. They don't really have a surname in that way.
I don't suppose anybody here knows any nobles of the Corvus last name.
Cayde and Longshadow, make a history check.
Okay. Oh. What's also nice is if we don't know, we can always go to a library.
Hey!
That's not bad. That's not bad.
14.
Let's see here. Where's my stars on Jason's sheet? History is +6. Okay. It's gonna be a 17.
Hey, +2. Yeah, 14 + 2, 16.
The name does not ring a bell.
Damn.
I do not, but perhaps we could find some noble name. Those are often kept in records in historical libraries.
So Soros Corvus is a person. Is going to be a person, is currently a person.
So we know that the cult is relatively recent. Perhaps we were incorrect in believing they were named for the original emperor and are instead named for this Soros person.
It's weird to me that there's a Soros Corvus and then an M Corvus. Are they different people or the same people? Do we think?
Might be a different moniker or perhaps a sibling.
Possibly.
Shit.
Okay.
Very interesting theory is going through my mind. I don't think it's right. So.
Shoot.
Go for it.
No, I don't. No, because I thought about it and then I went, no, wait, those don't line up. Because Ar'ran Jond'athan wants the blade for a different reason after the cult is done with it. Correct?
He just wants it for a different reason than the cult. You don't know what he's
What
planning
if
for.
we went up to
Because
Ar'ran
I'm like-
Jond'athan and was like, we'll give you the sword if you come help us kill the cult, and then we just betray Ar'ran Jond'athan?
Nah, he's a lot. Because my brain suddenly went, hold on. What if? Because he wants the sword to kill Belial, right? Who controls death.
To topple
Correct.
gods.
Oh yeah, but specifically Belial.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he was doing that so that they could bring back the original Soros? Because only Soros can lead us to victory. Oh no. What if?
It's
But
a theory.
I think that's a little. Yeah, I don't think it's that.
Ben. Or
No?
Cayde.
Furiously
Is
writes
Cayde
in
saying
notes.
What?
We know that the Raven Queen has gone missing, right? The Raven Queen, the Queen of Passing, the Queen of Death.
Yeah.
Is there a Soros Corvus in the We need to do research.
Oh,
Someone said
Hey.
research, and I reappeared.
I'm going to repeat this theory in game now because it's sounding more likely than I thought. So.
Well, again, this is an old city with a noble lineage. Eli, is there a place of learning here in the city? Outside of just historical tutors that you would hire?
There's the Noble District Library.
Can you get into the Noble District Library?
Yeah, anyone can.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes these cities are tiered. Perhaps we go and give this a visit and do a little bit of research, because we already know they are holding Cayde's parents. A day or two should not make the largest difference unless Cayde is spotted.
Speaking of that, Eli, where are his parents being held?
I can show you. It's a unmarked building in the industrial district.
Right.
Do you have a map?
Yes. However, if This is true, which yes, I would like to make amends and try to rescue my aunt and uncle.
Hey,
Welcome
if
to
you
the
are,
club.
if you are going, I would wish to accompany you.
okay.
Can I insight check that?
Yep, go ahead.
Nah, I trust him.
As she's doing that, I'm just gonna place a hand on Eli's shoulder and be like,
He
don't
kind
have
of
to make
winces.
amends." Yeah, he's like, listen, you don't have to make amends for anything, okay? You had good reason to be angry, and you didn't know the full truth, and they kept it from you purposefully. They
Is
wanted to keep
your
you
hand still
angry.
on his shoulder?
Yes.
He is incredibly tense.
Okay.
You would get that impression without an
Yeah, I
insight
will-
check. You can feel the muscles under your hand
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah.
Kenna, Audra, what did you roll?
I rolled a dirty 20.
You get the impression he's being honest. He's just very out of sorts right now. He's been shoved out of bed in the dead of night. A lot of things have happened very quickly, and he's just not in the
Yeah.
he's just not in the right mindset right now. But you get the impression
Eli-
he's being forthright.
Yeah,
Eli, just a quick
feeling the
question. You
altitude
wouldn't
of my hand.
happen to have a map of the palace, would you?
No.
Oh, well, we might need it later. Not for this trip. Just I thought I'd
Oh,
ask before
jeez.
things got weirder.
I've lost the
Let's
clip.
not.
There it is.
Let's not think about that yet. Oh, jeez.
How do we all feel about this? Audra kind of taking stock of Eli's state and looking at Cayde and everybody, and how would we feel if we just rested for now? Eli, I know this is a lot. Maybe you would appreciate
Rest
being
would
alone
be good
with
right
your
now.
thoughts.
Yes.
Perhaps tomorrow we spend the day to just plan, gather information, and then we start talking about action the day following.
All right.
Very well. Cayde knows where the rooms are, and he
Hmm,
just slumps in the chair in the main office.
All right. Well,
Jason, don't steal anything while we are here.
I wasn't going to steal anything. This is Cayde's home.
As he puts down a vase.
He's just like a silver candlestick. He was just looking at.
Perhaps we should head to bed soon.
right. Yes. I can show you guys where the rooms are. Good night, Eli. It's good to see you again.
He's just looking at the notes. He's
Mm-hmm.
pouring through them again.
Yep.
Hmm.
He's gonna awkwardly kind of just step out of the room and just.
And I walk away.
And I walk away. Finger gun.
Quick, dagger, dagger, dagger into Eli.
Oh.
No.
And I'll just I'll show the guys where some of the spare rooms are.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
you go inside. You have to remove all of the kind of all these coverings from all the spare rooms.
It'd be weird going back in my old room, huh?
Well, it's up to you if you want to go in the old room. You have a number of guest rooms.
I think, yeah, why not? I'll show these guys some guest rooms. Then
I
I'll
see you
kind of
probably
just
got
quietly
3
go
guest
through
rooms.
them.
Is the mantle where Shadow Cleaver's sword was hung? Is that like readily available?
Cayde, was it? Where was Shadow Cleaver
Yeah,
displayed?
it was kind of just like mounted on the wall, really, kind of downstairs,
So like
or like in the hallway.
this is not asked as like a joke question, but like this kind of like is for my knowledge of Eli's mental state. Is there like a blood stain there? Is that something that was cleaned properly?
So
Well, because the thing is if
the
Eli's
fight
had to
didn't
stare at the
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where did the fight happen in his office? Didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You would
believe
have,
so.
yeah. So
Cool,
you
cool.
would, so you would have noticed in the office, on the floor, there would have been very. It's dried now, and it's like it's just darkened the wood in a few areas.
Ugh. Okay. It kind of sucks that we're leaving Eli alone in the room that his dad was
He
murdered.
needs to be alone with his thoughts.
I
right
know.
now.
Just kind
I
of want to
know.
take him to a different room.
I know.
Okay.
As Cayde is showing us to guest rooms, Audra's gonna kind of stop him and she's gonna say, Cayde, not to be weird, but would you mind if I slept at least in the same room or outside the room that you were sleeping in?
So your house has 3 guest rooms, and then there is your room, Raina's room, and your parents' room.
I mean, there's plenty of rooms if you need one. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just worried about you and your safety. There seems to be a lot of magic around here, and I'm just not quite comfortable. Which room are you staying in?
I was gonna return to my own.
Would you mind if I checked it out before you went to bed?
Sure. Yeah.
Perhaps I should do a sweep of the house just to make sure that there is no arcane listening anywhere if someone was going to set a trap for you.
Okay.
You want to
yeah.
do that when I check out his room, that'd be good.
Sounds like a plan.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just detect magic sweep the whole house, like peeking in every room, just make sure there's nothing obvious.
Yeah, so sweeping the house, once you got to the lower staircase, there is a door set into the staircase which would lead to a small storage room. Do you look inside them?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
checking. I'm just doing a quick glance of every room.
Opening inside, you would notice a the far wall behind some kind of like fallen mops, things like that, cleaning things. There is a door-shaped area of illusion magic.
Audra, Cayde,
You okay? What?
I
Yep,
have
jogging.
discovered something.
Right.
I'm gonna point at the wall because my vision is still covered in magic.
Do either of you see anything on that wall?
Audra, you would see an ordinary wall. Cayde, you would see an ordinary wall, and you would know this is the location of the family safe room.
Oh, yeah. Like Shadow, that's family safe room. Illusion magic just to protect it. It's nothing we should
Oh,
worry
there should.
about. I mean, you can go in there if you want to, but I mean,
Okay.
it's
I'm just gonna peek in, make sure no one's living in there, no hermit or anything.
You peek in, and it's a pretty empty room. There's a single bed in there.
Okay. Actually, Cayde, perhaps sleeping in the safe room might be the best option for you. There are magics
look
that
around
can
the
easily.
cramped room.
There are
Shadow,
magics that can easily find people like you.
Is
It's
that
up to
really
you.
gonna make a difference?
It is your decision. I am just offering a suggestion.
I mean, if you guys think it would be the safest thing to do, I suppose so. But
If have I done a sweep of Cayde's old room?
Have you?
It took me a while to do the thing.
yeah, probably in that time I would have thought so.
Yeah, if you decided to go into Cayde's room, you would notice, unlike the rest of the house, this room has not is covered in dust, and none of the furniture has been covered with linen. It looks like no one has been in here in a number of months.
Are there any windows?
Yeah, there's one window looking out onto the street, or into the no, it would look out into the garden. Into the garden.
Okay, but it's floor level.
No, it would be in the upper level.
Oh yeah, because we're upstairs. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's up to you, Cayde.
I mean, if you think it's safe, but if Long Shadow, if you think it would be safer to be here, I guess.
If Audra believes it to be safe, I trust her.
Okay, I would prefer that.
Long Shadow says from a jet engine room.
Yeah.
It just sounded like you had the gain way up. You were also super loud. Yeah, Cayde, your room is exactly how you almost exactly how you left it. It has been like everything seems to have been put very nicely.
Yeah.
Like someone tidied up in here. after you
Mhm.
left.
Yeah.
Your things have been cleaned. The place where like some clothes would have been left on the floor has all been put away into your wardrobe. You get the impression that
Mhm.
perhaps your mother put your room to rights after you ran away.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll kind of just take a moment to just look around the room. This is the room that I haven't seen in a good 3-4 months now. Just be like, feels strange being back, but nice at the same time. Kind of just before settling in, I'll grab a few kind of spare sets of clothes that I know will fit me and kind of pack them away.
Yeah, your wardrobe is still full. Very
Mhm.
different aesthetic to what you currently wear.
Yes.
With kind of the family colors, like purple and gold.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I grab a few sets of trousers and shirts. Probably not going, just thinking because I'm thinking I'll probably hang on to my jacket.
Mhm.
Kind of leave the overcoats in there. But mostly just, basic.
Yeah, much finer clothing
cleaning
than you've been
supplies.
wearing for the past few months.
Yeah. Just grab a few of those, kind of pack them away. And be like, so, you wanted to stay in here, Audra? Are you sure?
Only if it doesn't bother you. I'm more than
No,
happy to
no,
sleep on the floor at the edge of the bed.
No. You have the bed. I can take the floor. That's totally fine. I can.
If it's your
Yep.
bed.
Whatever. I'm comfortable either way. Just as long as you're all right.
Big as Cayde's bed.
Cayde's bed is quite large. It's quite a large 4-poster bed.
Right.
And suddenly, the soft young man you met in the Terminus Tavern makes so much more sense. All of a sudden.
How about this? Audra's going to like scrunch up a blanket in the middle, and she's gonna be like, "We'll share."
Sure. Yeah.
Long Shadow comes over and attempts to tuck you both in. Oh, cute little kids.
Jeez, look, Shadow.
Where the fuck
Not
am
a
I going
child.
to sleep?
Jason, do you want to go snuggle in the next room over?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What?
You are the big spoon.
What? Oh, jeez. Okay.
What, have you never cuddled for warmth at night? No, I guess you haven't.
No.
Never
Goes
mind.
bright red.
Yeah, the rest of you are coming from quite a like. You see, Jason all this time being in here has been like, "This is where you grew up." Okay.
Dude,
I used to steal from people like you.
My house with 4 siblings, I was one room, alright? Sharing a bed at night is not a weird thing.
Yeah, Longshadow grew up in the cat version of the burrow. Except they aren't all wizards, they're all various classes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't weird until Longshadow made it weird.
Okay. And you all find places to rest for the night. Was everyone? Are you guys doing anything before retiring or anything like that?
About how many hours do you think I could do of something if I wanted to start planning something, not necessarily making it? That thing that
Planning-
I talked about.
Planning, you could probably do.
Okay,
Starting to
I
make things would be difficult. You probably get
actually
maybe 2 hours.
I'm gonna ask Cayde's permission before I do this, but Cayde, would it be possible if I were to pick around your sister's room for perhaps some writing utensils for magical spells?
Oh, yeah, she may have left some of those behind. I mean,
Yeah,
her room hasn't been used in years, but I don't.
I figure she might have something. I just wanted to check. I would ask her permission, but she has not been answering me the last few times I have called her.
Wait, she hasn't been answering you?
It is not that the spell does not go through, but she has been choosing not to speak to me. I do not know what it is for.
Is there any way I might be able to speak to her through that means?
That is not how this spell works, unfortunately.
Oh. Okay. Well, I hope she answers you soon.
Mm,
Maybe in
I
your
hope
next
so as well.
message, let her know that I'm worried about her.
I did last time.
And she still didn't answer?
No, but your sister is often quite busy.
Yeah, she always was.
How much is it gonna suck when she'd be like held hostage somewhere, and that's why she can't answer?
Stop!
How much is that gonna
Don't you
suck?
dare. I mean, she could answer in that situation. It's magic. But
Yeah, and I just wanted to peek around her room real quick to see if she had like paper that was high enough quality to use for like spell books or spell scrolls.
from 8 years ago.
Looking around in Raina's room, you would not find much.
Damn it.
You would actually. It's very, very surprising going into this room with the perception of Raina that you have, entering the room of what would have been a much younger girl. As Raina is what 25?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought Raina was the younger sibling.
No, Raina's the older sibling.
No.
Okay. Okay.
And she would have been about 16-ish when she left this place.
Mhm. Oh god,
yeah.
16-year-old Raina must have been a nightmare. Holy shit.
There is a desk in her room. This room you go into looks like everything's covered up with linen, but the linen looks a lot more aged. It's yellowed a little bit. Clearly has been not lived in much longer than the rest of the house. But yeah, the desk, once you cover it up, you would find some writing utensils, things like that. Nothing, you wouldn't find the vellum that you'd need for that.
Mhm.
For writing spell scrolls and things like that.
Yeah,
you
that
would
makes
you
sense.
would, however, know that Cayde's dad was a spellcaster as well. He was the same kind of sorcerer that Raina is.
Valid. Cayde, I did not find. I peek my head back in after like 20 minutes. Cayde, I did not. Audra, I'm sorry. I did not find anything in your sister's room. May I check your father's office?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. If I don't find anything, I will be back in 20 minutes.
Okay,
Closes
I'm
the
gonna
door.
bathe, because it's probably the best opportunity to do that.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check Cayde's dad's
Haven't done that in
office.
a while.
All right. Finding Cayde's dad's office. You would see the room is quite sparse at the moment. There is a behind the desk. There is a much larger portrait of the Arthur Vakian you saw in. It's not the Arthur. The Reynard Vakian that you saw in a previous the portrait downstairs, with a much younger looking Charlotte Vakian. And no children in sight in this particular portrait.
Okay.
However, when you search the desk, you would find a few documents, a bit of correspondence bearing the Vakian seal, but all of it is written by Eli. You see, he's kind of moved into this room as the new head of the estate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But after a little bit of actually, make me a perception check.
Oh, perception, not investigation? Oh, so sad. Alright, I shall use my Wonder Woman D20. Fucking worst Justice League member. Worst. It's just... that's an 11. And I have a +4, it'll be 7.
I mean, it's not hidden.
11. Yeah.
It's not hidden. So after a little bit of searching, a little bit more than you were like on the verge of giving up, but you managed to find a box with all of Renard's belongings in it. A few little knickknacks, little desk toys, and you would find in there a few pages of vellum, of blank vellum.
Interesting. I might be able to use this to make some spell scrolls for some people. All right. Let's see here. Vellum for scrolls.
So you find 3 sheets.
3. All right. Good to know. And then I will go and I will snuggle with Jason for a little bit, and then we will go to sleep. He is the big spoon.
Of course.
Mhm.
It kind of switches sides a few times in the night.
Yeah, the tail gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a question. Would it be possible for Audra to, at some point in the night, kind of wake herself up and take a quick walk around the house just to make sure everything was okay and then go back to bed?
Yeah, I'd say so. You haven't exerted yourself too hard today. So yeah, you take have a little look around, make a perception check.
Oh shit. Also, can I set an alarm spell over on Cayde's room for anyone
Yeah.
who's not us?
Easily.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you allow Eli in that space?
Yes.
Okay.
If he kills Cayde, I mean, kind of his right at this point.
Wow.
He's allowed. I'm just saying, you killed his dad, even if his dad was a murderer.
What did you roll,
I
Kenna?
got an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Yeah. My
Um,
wisdom's not very high.
yeah, you look around, but your eyes are very sore from just having woken up, interrupting that REM cycle.
Mhm.
And now
Cayde
you
is
can't
snoring.
really notice anything.
Cayde's bed is so nice.
Cayde's bed's so nice, and you just want to get back in it.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, and besides that, the evening passes without much without incident. However, the next morning,
Oh, sure.
you would. I'm assuming Longshadow, you wake early to go through your forms.
I always go through my forms right before dawn.
Okay. Then you would be awake when this happens. However, very early in the morning, the day just beginning to greet, and you Longshadow would start noticing people milling about outside.
Oh.
As most of the day starts in Cayde Solon with the sunrise, but not for your party, who are newcomers in town.
Absolutely not.
You would notice Eli kind of shuffling around in a few places, as he wakes up at the same time everyone else.
Good morning.
Morning. I trust you found everything okay.
It was more than amenable, thank you. I apologize. I did. I feel best to let you know. I did go into the office. I was hoping to find some of the vellum that Cayde's father used for spellcasting, and I did find the box. I just wanted to let you know, so that
Very
it does
well.
not seem we have come into your house to steal things.
Yeah, he's already kind of walking away by the time you finish your sentence.
I would like you to know that I have only met your Cayde after all the actions that took place here. I'm not responsible for any of that.
Okay.
You dick.
But a little while after you finish your forms, you would hear the front door.
Ah.
Eli comes.
Disguise self into Professor Ravine.
Okay, Eli bursts into the living room, where I think would probably be the best place for you to do your forms. And he looks out of the front window. He then shoots upstairs. And he barges down into the room and into your room, Cayde. He goes, "Come quickly.
What?
Come quickly."
Okay. Yep.
He knocks into Jason's room.
Half-dressed.
He opens the door into Jason's room and shouts to Jason to come along as well. He leads you down the set of stairs into that closet, into that cleaning closet that you saw before, and he goes, "Get in."
Okay. What is happening? Who's
The
this
city
door?
guard are here.
Shit. Sorry.
Audra shoves Cayde in the back and makes sure that she's in front of her.
You hear that? "I'm coming. 1 moment. In."
Would you Okay, I shall also go in.
Okay. And as you enter
I'm gonna make sure that Rusty is underneath one of the cabinets, and I'm gonna put my hand on Audra's shoulder so I can hear whatever's going on properly and see who's at the door.
Yeah. And as you enter this room, it's quite cramped with all four of you in here. But yeah. And looking through the eyes of Rusty the Duck, you would see Eli go to the large front door. He unlocks it and opens it up. The sunlight streaming through, and there are a number of guards outside. He goes, "Sir Vakian, we heard reports of intruders last night." "What are you talking about?" A number of people. There were reports of suspicious people outside your property, followed by some strange noises. Well, as you can clearly see, I am just waking up. I'm still in my nightdress. Can you please leave me alone? I am perfectly alright. Sir, we are under instructions to search your home.
Oh no!
I do not permit that. This order comes from Mr. Jond'athan. And you can tell Mr. Jond'athan that I do not permit that. I'm quite alright. There is no one else in my home.
Rusty is going to very loudly go, quack, quack, and start running at one of the windows and bust through it to make a commotion.
Oh no!
Make a strength check for Rusty.
Rusty's duck. What
Use
stats
the
do I
duck
use for the fucking
stats.
duck? There's duck stats?
Probably
Shit. I just wanted
5e
to make
duck stats.
there's a giant duck stats.
No,
somebody
regular
homebrewed
duck.
duck stats. I'll use these. Oh, that's a -2 to the strength roll. That's unfortunate. Let's see here. Ah!
With the duck roll, huh?
So Rusty.
What did the duck roll?
And then tries to run at the window and directly into it with his -1 strength roll.
So yeah, Rusty just bonk into the front window, clearly overestimating how weak this glass is.
Oh no!
At which point, the guards go, "My lord, I thought you said you were home alone." "I am home alone. That was simply my pet duck."
Rusty's gonna like get up off the ground and just go and like nuzzle his ankle.
"So I'm going to have to ask you to step aside."
Damn it! I was really hoping they'd just excuse the noises as being a pet duck.
But the pet duck is suspicious.
No, that's so adorable.
And I rolled a
Duck is
5
stuck.
on his perception check. Oh, sorry, I rolled a 5 on his I rolled a 5 on his deception check.
Did he get advantage because of Rusty the duck?
No, he had just straight roll because a fucking random duck is sus as fuck.
Was that meant to rhyme? Because
No, but hey, it's there.
Hey.
Okay, and
Quack, quack.
Eli goes, "You are wasting your time," and he steps aside.
Oh no!
About 5 guards enter the premises.
Oh no!
Oh.
They start.
The moment that one of them gets to the closet, like if any of them make it to the closet that the safe room is in, I'm gonna put my hand on Audra's shoulder. I've got a piece of licorice in my hand, and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Audra is the
I can
first
cast
person they
invisibility
will
on 2 of
see if
us.
the door opens.
Yeah, I'm just.
on 2 of us.
Yeah, there's 4 of us, so.
So you also all would have heard the guards entering. They're not
Yeah.
being quiet. They're all wearing quite
Yeah.
heavy armor. And Jason, yeah, he just procures. He draws one of his scimitars, and in his offhand, he has a dagger that he's prone to throw. And
I'm ready to unleash the wrecking ball that is Audra upon these men.
You would see the tattoo on Jason's neck start to glow, which is the first time it's done that on command.
Oh.
That's so fucking cool.
Oh wait, actually, I can do it on 3 people. I think. For every. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry, I can't. I can do it on a total of 2 people, I believe.
What, invisibility?
Yeah. Using spell for 3rd level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature. So for 3rd level or higher, so what? At 4th level, that would be myself.
4th level, that would be 3 people.
Okay, yep, I can do that. Or if I can do that on
3
No,
of us.
yeah, that would be 3 of you, so the missing 1.
Yep.
Yeah. If that comes to that, don't do it on me. I got you.
Ah!
Okay. And yeah, the guards start tearing through the place. One of them does eventually come to the cleaning closet, and if you are still looking through Rusty the Duck.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that moment for him. If he notices anything about this wall, is immediate bite down on the licorice and cast it on Audra.
Okay.
Like,
And he looks around and you see him kind of kicks one of the buckets, and he closes the door.
Okay.
And then
Safe room, guys. Safe.
I still can't see or hear, but I just tap Audra twice on the shoulder and I make a thumbs up.
Okay.
Say, this close to asking Audra to make an intelligence check to interpret that instruction.
I'll make
And
it.
then I'm gonna put like the arm across the shoulder and chest, make it clear that I'm saying stay, we're good.
Audra's gonna lightly smack your hand.
Okay. You just put it across her boobs.
I was gonna say.
You're
He's
blind.
blind
You
and
just
deaf, leave
exactly
him be.
you accidentally kind of pat her on the chest, and it's like
When did this become an anime? Jesus. Fuck.
and okay, and after a fashion, you see them kind of like pulling things up, looking under these under the linen. Eventually, they all finish the inspection, and the head guard who had been speaking to Eli goes, "You say no one was in your house this night?" "Yes. There's evidence of 3 people sleeping here."
Oh shit!
I am going to cast the spell on
Please don't
Audra and
take
open the
him.
door.
No!
Are you going for the door?
I cast a spell on Audra and open the door.
You can't do that. Don't do that. Let him
We
lie.
can't
Okay.
let Eli get taken.
Yes,
We can't
can.
do it.
Okay. First action, casting haste. Second action is opening the door. Audra,
Fine.
you would
Doors
feel
open. We're in an empty closet
no.
right now.
as in right now Audra has an action to respond before
Yeah.
you open the door. Especially
Yeah,
as she's hasted.
Yeah, I've just hasted you, and you see my hand going for the door.
As you'd feel that zhuzh of energy, that taste of licorice in your mouth, and you see Longshadow's hand almost in slow motion going for the door.
Audra's gonna whip around and just like grab everybody, and she's gonna try not to let anybody leave the room.
At this
Make it-
point, I return my senses to myself.
Make an athletics check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone who is
As soon as I
resisting.
feel resistance, I'm not. As soon as I feel the resistance, I'm not trying to go for it.
Okay then.
Because remember, I'm blind and deaf. If I feel resistance, something.
You just fucking like you wheel around and you just grip all 3 of them, and none of them are particularly strong. The strongest one is Cayde, and he's still much weaker than you. And you just fucking bear hug all 3 of them with your large arms.
Yep.
And like Jason's going, "What the fuck is this for? What is he doing?"
As quietly as I can, Audra's going to whisper, "Keep listening to them."
Okay, well, I still can't hear you.
Oh, are you still
I thought you
deaf?
said you returned.
Oh yeah, well, I thought that was back when I thought we were like when I thought I was gonna get to the door. Where if she stops and I feel resistance, then I'm gonna keep listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Eli's just saying, "I've been meaning to tidy." Oh shit! Dropped a
Come on,
d20.
Eli. Come on, Eli.
Eli.
It's not fantastic.
Bro, we could slaughter.
That's
the 5 of them
worse.
so easily.
Okay.
Whoa!
Eli's only negative stat is charisma.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
we knew
Eli.
that.
We could slaughter the 5 of them so easily.
Eli has fantastic stats. He is not a talker. But and the guard just, you wouldn't see this, but there's a moment of silence, and they exit the building.
All right, I'm gonna come back to the. I'm gonna actually no. As they leave, the duck is gonna waddle after them. Quack quack. Quack,
Okay,
quack.
you're just trailing after. You see, like looking up at these guards, like they're just walking away.
Affleck.
So what's the goal here? Why are you following them out as a duck?
I'm making sure that they're not gonna go stand outside and just wait for us to come out.
Okay.
I'm making sure they're actually leaving the property.
Yeah, you follow them all the way to the edge of the property, and they do.
Okay.
They are leaving.
All right, and then I will walk back as a duck, and then as soon as they're actually gone, I'll.
You see
I
Eli.
apologize for casting a spell. I had thought we were going to have to fight to keep Eli.
You see, Audra is like freaking on speed. She's like,
That's only gonna last for a short while, and then you're gonna have a point of
It's a
exhaustion.
minute.
"Yeah."
No, you don't get a point of exhaustion. You're just exhausted for the next round of combat. You
Oh,
get
okay,
fatigued
never
for the
mind.
next round of
Never
combat.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and then so you very briefly just oh god, as you come down from
Yep.
this high, and after that,
Audra like half falls out of the closet.
and then Eli arrives to let you guys out, and he's just, I don't think it's wise for you to stay here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's wise for you to stay here either.
Whatever business you have to do in the city, do it, and leave discreetly.
can you give me some directions for the library?
Cayde knows where it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Cayde, you can read?
Fuck you. Sorry.
Legitimate question. It hasn't come up.
He says to Eli,
For
who
the
wouldn't be used
first-
to Cayde swearing.
For the first around 14 years, 13, 14 years, well, it would have been about 10 for Cayde. They would both have been educated as if they both had magical potential.
Oh yeah.
Once they found out Raina was the one who got the gift, that was Cayde's education shot.
I'm just saying, it hasn't really super come up.
Okay. Shit.
Like you still had an education. It just like was like it
So
was
wait,
public education.
so you have like a year 4 like reading level, is what you're saying?
They kicked you out
Cayde's
of
not
private school.
unintelligent. He just like they took him out of the gifted program.
That's valid.
No P English for you. No AP English, man. I'm sorry.
But yeah, you would know where the library is. It's not hidden.
I can't talk right now. I'm doing burnout.
Burnt out
gifted
kid
shit.
shit.
Burnt out former gifted kid shit.
Oh.
I'm headed straight for
For the floor. Oh shit. Yeah, basically.
Then perhaps we will find our way in the city. The night before we decide to gather Cayde's parents, we shall come back and collect you.
Very well.
I think
All right.
we need to find. I mean, before we leave, Eli, can you tell us everything you know about where Cayde's parents are being held?
He tells you much as he knows. He's only been there once. When his parents were first taken. It's a warehouse essentially. That's been taken and used as a holding cell by Ar'ran Jond'athan. As Ar'ran had originally come, claiming to be a member of the law enforcement, saying that the arrest of his aunt and uncle was a sting operation, basically, to get Cayde. And Eli was all for that.
Yeah.
So Eli was under the impression that the arrest of his aunt and uncle was a temporary thing, and that they would be freed once Cayde was brought in. How true that is?
Don't think that now, huh?
Yeah, probably doesn't think that now.
Does he know? Does he have any inkling what's waiting for us once we get to the warehouse? Like, he was supposed to bring Cayde to the warehouse, right?
Yeah. Well, so there is a.
Can I ask him specifically what he was supposed to do once I showed up?
I was supposed to, if I couldn't subdue you, get word to him, via any member of the City Watch, and.
Ooh. Any member of the City Watch, huh?
Yeah.
Shit.
So he's kind of like a temporary. He's almost acting as their captain.
Yeah.
He's not the official captain. There is still an official captain,
Yeah.
but he's kind of got private use of them,
Yeah.
but through the influence of the cult.
Damn.
Before we leave, may I do just a quick ritual? I feel like I don't know when I shall find a safe enough place to do it again. For quite a while.
Very well.
It has nothing to do with the house. Before we leave.
And I explain by like pulling out like a brazier from like one of my pouches, like a small little like bronze bowl that I have.
Okay.
I wanted to do a bit of magic, and it's not subtle.
I'm gonna take the time to use one of my 2 incense blocks. And I, as much as I love Rusty the Duck, not subtle. You're right. I'm gonna go ahead and take an hour to change his form. Make him into a little black owl with orange speckles up and down the front of his feathers and big gold eyes.
Aw. Adorable.
Yeah.
Okay. And after a little bit, just the duck disappears in a puff of purple smoke and reappears as a
I
small
wish
black
I
owl.
could do that. That would be so cool.
Perhaps one day I could teach you.
You think?
Mm.
Oh.
If you really want to learn. I could probably teach you.
Maybe one day.
All right. Then
I will. Oh, because when I cast haste, I would have dropped disguise self. Fuck.
Cayde, do you think that the library is within an hour's walk of here?
Do I?
Yeah, it's not far.
Yes.
Okay. Then I've got quite a few first level slots. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast it disguise self again, just to be an elf. Because even though Audra might draw some eyes, I feel like I would draw more eyes being an extremely tall furry person versus an extremely tall blue person. You know what I mean?
Neither of you are a common sight in this city. You're gonna be noticeable.
Yeah. I might as well try and move with at least a little bit of stealth.
One thing that would occur to you, Ar'ran Jond'athan's never met you. He has met Audra.
Valid, but my magic
true.
doesn't work on Audra.
Okay.
No. It's range of self. I can't do it to Audra, unfortunately.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Actually, Cayde, you can renew your magic when you take a small break, correct?
Yeah.
Perhaps you make yourself Audra and Jason invisible.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Let us do that then. Because the three of you have met this
Three of us
bounty hunter.
disappear immediately. Just mid-sentence, we all just disappear.
I walk over to where I
Audra's, like,
think.
waving her hands in front of her, and she's like, she like touches herself to make sure she's still there.
It's kind of disorienting not being able to see your hands. You're kind of like...
I walk over to where I hear Audra like making the movements, and I'm gonna take Rusty and sit him on like where I think her head is. Like he's on 6 feet tall. Does he just sit on like an invisible force?
So you try and put him, and you just mush him into her face.
He smells like a barn.
I thought I had made him smell like lavender this time.
Why are
apologize
you
next
sniffing
time.
the owl?
And I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna move
It's
the owl slightly
tiny owl
higher
just...
Why are you sniffing the owl?
and
Yeah, you put
top
him
of
on
Audra's
top,
head.
and he's just floating there.
I'm gonna command him to put his wings out and just flap him a little, so it looks like he's just hovering in place. I'm looking for an owl. Who? I just heard one of them.
I just fucking heard one.
Yeah. That audio is so good.
And then I guess we'll say goodbye to Eli and head to the library.
Wait, did we finish hearing what he said that he was supposed to do? He was just supposed to take us there and get word to the city guard, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if he couldn't subdue Cayde and get in there by himself, he had three options: murder Cayde, subdue Cayde, and get him to Ar'ran Jond'athan, which he was just instructed to bring him to the place and like knock. He wasn't given specific instructions. It was just bring him here. And if failing that, if he could just get word to the city guard, and that would circuitously get word back to Ar'ran Jond'athan, as Cayde is a wanted criminal in the city of Cayde.
Could be me. Oh wait.
He didn't at best commit manslaughter.
Okay.
That's not at best. That's not manslaughter. That's not what manslaughter is. Was it an accident?
Well, it could have been. Could have tripped with a sword.
Like it was kind of like.
I don't know. Audra's his lawyer.
Semantics.
Protect him.
Semantics. Let's move on.
At
I would
best,
still
it's
like it known.
self-defense.
I would still like it known that Audra is my lawyer. So.
Yeah, we're pleading self-defense here.
Okay.
Okay. Damn, I would have gone with the insanity charge.
No.
Blame it on the
Since
evil
there's
being
-1,
and the
I
sword.
could play that off. I could do it.
I'm hearing
we head
voices
to the
in my head.
library.
It's telling me to kill you.
Oh God!
It showed me how to summon evil spirits
You
and
guys
rip
don't
your
know that
soul
yet.
out of your body.
You guys don't know that yet. Still.
Let me kill someone and I'll show you.
God.
Right. So yeah, disguising yourself as Professor Ruvine and making everyone else invisible, you guys can quite comfortably head to the thing. Are you moving? Are you trying not to be noticed at least?
Yeah, just a little bit more subtly.
Okay. Can just Long Shadow make me a stealth check?
Sure. So Wonder Woman said.
Library?
Let's see here. Wonder Woman. Motherfuck. Where are you? You're going in here. All right. We're not using you for the rest of the day. That's gonna be, I think, +8. Yes, +8. So it's gonna be a 14.
Oh.
Okay. And yeah, you managed. You like avoiding being seen, at least, especially out of until you're out of reasonable distance of Eli's house, of the Vakian estate.
Mm-hmm.
And following Cayde's discreet directions, you managed to make your way to the public library of the Noble District. I would say it's quite a fancy building. However, all the buildings here are fancy, so it doesn't stick out.
That's valid. That's valid and fair.
Amidst the fancy, it's fancy.
Amidst the fancy, it's the same level of fancy. It's just a little bit taller.
Nah.
It's maybe 3-story rather than 2.
Okay. I'm gonna. It's not like a closed door or anything, right? Like we can just
No,
walk
it's
in.
wide open. You can walk right in.
Yeah.
There's no one guarding it. No one stopping you.
And as a sage, I have access to the feature. Let me go grab it real quick. Racial traits. No. Here we go. Researcher. I can easily find unknown information if it is available in a scriptorium university or from a sage or other learned person. So you might rule that the knowledge that I seek is secreted away in an inaccessible place or simply cannot be found. But if it is here, I should be able to find it pretty easily.
And you are looking for?
I think at the moment, I'm going to kind of like whisper through the corner of my teeth. We're looking for information on Corvus and Soros, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I'll search for that kind of information.
Okay, what's the specific wording of the researcher feat?
It is, when I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if I do not know that information, you have to know where and from whom I can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or sage, or other learned person or creature. You might rule that you, the DM, might rule that knowledge I seek is secreted away from an inaccessible place or cannot be found.
Okay. Can you still make me an investigation check?
Sounds Gucci. All right, let's see here. Character sheet. Wow. What the fuck?
With advantage.
See, that's a... Okay, that's better. Let's see here. That's a 18.
Okay.
That was a 4. Was the first one.
Yeah, so starting out your search, you start out with the kind of information bias that this would be a noble. You believe this to be a member of the court. So you start looking through places you look for that. Pouring through various tomes, elvish royalty, human royalty, nobility of the court from historical sources from years ago. It takes you a couple of hours and you still find nothing. You start looking through various glossaries, directories that the library has. Eventually the name does come up. And it's in a book, quite an old historical record of witch covens.
Witch covens? Okay.
And you would know that the name Corvus belonged to a witch many, many years ago. Not an M Corvus. Name. I'm going notes. Grunhilda Corvus.
Brunhilda.
Grunhilda with a G.
Grunhilda. I'm still putting the umlaut above the U.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I was like, Brim, hello?
And the what sticks out as strange, so this is quite a powerful witch who was known to others as Blood of the Raven.
That's interesting. Okay.
Not a lot besides that. Only that she was considered quite dangerous and quite powerful.
Does it list a region where she was located?
She would have been located in the capital country, the Grand Regency of Sorodin.
Okay.
It said she was powerful and what?
Dangerous.
Dangerous, like evil, or?
As in, known to murder people.
Yep.
And
okay,
and good at murdering people.
I mean,
That
she
kind
was
of
a
dangerous.
witch. And her brother was a witch. Let's see here.
Don't look at me and tell me
There's
that I'm
good
wrong. Grow up,
But it was
bro.
it was in a book for covens, and there aren't good covens in this, at the very least, that we know of, right?
Yeah, so you don't
How do you
glean
know?
an
Have you
awful
met
lot of
any?
information besides that.
No, not many. Okay.
But that is the name. That is the only connection to the name that you find in this library.
Okay. Okay. That's something at the very least. We know that if we make our way to the Grand Regency, finding more information on witches of the area might lead us towards Soros, which is good to know. Over the course of my research, I would let them all know everything that I find.
Okay.
Next, can we get blueprints of the city?
Is there a map of the city?
Map, sure. Blueprints of the palace, no.
Okay. Yeah. Can
And
we go
the
to
map-
the
And the
The
maps of the
public
city,
maps
I always
area?
want to say they aren't like schematics. They haven't
Yeah.
got each house very carefully drawn in each one.
No,
it's
it's
very
like
much a
districts
case
and
of this
streets,
is the
right?
district, yeah.
Okay. Is there, because I know there's a very modern thing, so they probably won't have it. Is there public knowledge of the sewage system anywhere here?
Not really.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
like you can find information about like who designed the sewage of the city, how it was constructed, what year it was constructed in.
But not like a map.
not like a map, no.
Not like a map.
Um,
Okay.
What
Valid.
a useless library!
But with your researcher ability,
How dare you.
would know that the
Yeah.
way to acquire this information, there is public records within the palace. But that is available upon request. You can't just
I
wander in and
think
take it. You
we'll
have
do
to make
that
appointments and
The next time we come.
yeah. So
I'm
you
not
learn
gonna worry about that one here.
you learn that from a librarian who would just let you know that's where you would have to go to find that kind of information.
Actually, would the library also have access to record of criminals or like wanted people?
Wanted people, no. That would be more for the guards office.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Again,
okay.
that would be the records house within the palace.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else we needed to look up today?
I can't think of anything.
All right. All right. Well, then I think we have learned what we are going to learn for the day. Perhaps we take some time to do a quick look around of this warehouse that Cayde's parents are stored at.
We are going to have to be so incredibly cautious when we're there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, also, how long does your invisibility last for? It's an hour, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
So
would have
he
worn
would've
off
had
right
to
about the time you
recast
got to the
it.
library.
Yeah.
There aren't
Yeah.
any guards within the library. There are people.
Well, while we were researching, could he have taken a short rest after he cast it the second time?
Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah.
I'll just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll recast my disguised self. How many hours do you think we spent? I'll spend as many spell slots as we
Probably
need.
about 4 hours.
So wait, so I was able to.
Because you spent a long time searching in the wrong place.
That's valid.
Okay.
I'm gonna upcast it a couple times.
Yeah, so I'll cast it a second time, so that's my second spell slot, and then whilst that hour is happening, I will short rest.
I'm gonna use my
That's
arcane
pretty set.
recovery because
Okay.
I'm running low on spell slots. Yeah, I'll use my arcane recovery.
You wouldn't get a short rest from this.
I won't. Okay, then I won't do that.
You spent your
I
time
will not.
doing things. If Cayde wanted
That's
to
valid.
just find a couch somewhere and hang out, he could take a short
That's
rest.
valid.
Done.
Valid and fair.
Done.
All right, perhaps we head to the district where your parents are being held. I say to no
That's
one
gonna
as I'm
take-
sitting on a couch.
That's going to take more than an hour.
For now, how about we... Perhaps, we could wait till tonight when it's dark, but... I don't know what the rest of you think. I say, like, in a quieter corner of the library, kind of just under my breath.
If they're suspicious that we might be in the city, they might move them. Especially if we've been to Eli.
I don't think they'll move them if they think that you're coming. The whole plan is for you to get there. They're depending on that.
Well, I mean, they might move them, but move them or reinforce the perimeter, making the trap worse when we get there, or both.
I would
A trap
consider
with no
that.
bait.
If I were to like, and actually, I'm gonna ask Cayde. Cayde,
If I were to take Rusty, this is just something that has come in handy in the past, and put him in your pocket, would he also go invisible?
When you cast it, yes.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't. If he then jumped out of your pocket, he would no longer be invisible.
No, yeah, I just want to see if he's in, because this has come in handy previously when people have teleported away from us or been in some way taken from us to have Rusty on them.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you hold on to Rusty in your breast pocket until we are sure you will not be captured in some way?
I just put a small pygmy owl in your breast pocket.
Don't crush him.
I'll try not
I'd say to get that benefit of it going invisible, you need to kind of put him on your inside pocket.
Yep. Pocket owl.
Pocket owl?
It's a little uncomfortable. He keeps moving. It's a bit.
Occasionally, just stick a claw out and poke you.
Just having this bony owl inside your jacket. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are heading towards the industrial district.
That's the thing is, like, do we just head there in daylight? Because it's going to take more than an hour to
I can
get
invisible
there.
again.
Okay.
it's
Um,
all your magic.
We are gonna
That's
go
true.
on a break for
Oh,
10
yeah.
minutes.
We'll plan on the break.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
These guys are gonna plan, and we'll be back at the 1/2 mark. Okie doke. But skip to hold
Yeah.
screen. Bye.
You soon.
Hello and welcome back to the show's a mimic, the Sorodin Chronicles.
Hello.
I am Bertie, the Bardio Dungeon Master. When we left off, we were planning, well, these guys were planning how they could approach this hostage situation that Cayde's parents have found themselves in.
So are we doing the inn idea, guys?
Yes.
I think that would be probably the wisest.
All right,
So
then we
what,
should
go
explain
going to the inn now, and then
Yes.
You guys are headed to the inn, right?
Mhm.
And I'm
Yeah.
headed to the warehouse.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, Cayde, make sure you tell Long Shadow exactly where the inn is so that he can find it.
I do tell him that.
Yep,
Okay.
it's easy enough.
You said it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to the
About
industrial
2.5
district, right?
hours to get to the warehouse.
2.5 hours. For the first like 2 hours of that, I'm not going to cloak what I look like because while I'm memorable, they don't know that they're looking for.
Yeah, no
That's
one's
about-
looking for you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just be me on my way there.
You get a few looks, but they have people coming to the city all the time to see the see the sights. So it's like you're noticeable, but no one takes 2 looks at you.
Yeah.
Act like a tourist.
Act like a tourist. Ooh, okay. Well, then on my way there, do I pass any magic shops?
Oh, wow.
I need another prison cube that's gonna kill me. All right, that's what I need.
Oh my
What the
god, I
fuck?
forgot about that.
I need another gold cube. I
Where's
can't
my
test it
thing?
right now because you need me to not die, but I want to test it so
Jeez.
bad.
Okay, give me a number between 1 and 100.
46.
That's a good number. Good choice.
Okay.
is a good
You do find your way to past a magic shop. It's not
Ooh.
it's not far into your journey actually. It's quite close to the Noble District.
Mm-hmm.
A shop by the name of Et Draco Ruba. No, not Et Draco Ruba. Solace and Astrum,
Solace and Astra.
which, knowing Elvish, you would know is called is Sun and Stars.
Sun and Star. That's so cute. I'm gonna pop in real quick, just acting like a tourist.
Going in, yeah. It's the air as you enter. There's no tring above your head. This place is quite a nice, quite a fine establishment. Doesn't have anything like that.
Oh, I know this one.
And going in, yep, this is one you are familiar with, Cayde. You're not there. And
Damn it.
entering, the air is lightly scented. You're used to magic shops having a very thick perfume. Specifically, ones like Anwar Avery's place is always quite heavy with this perfume, which tricks the layman's into thinking it's much more mystical than it is. This is quite lightly perfumed.
Patchouli.
Oh, so much patchouli. Oh. And for my giant nose, this schnoz on Long Shadow, that's got to be awful.
No, this place is quite pleasant, and inside it is very, very well appointed. This whole place. There are a few knickknacks, odds and ends that are very finely displayed on colored silk pillows. Behind the just milling around kind of in the shop, not really, there's no like counter here. It's almost like the Apple store. There's kind of just
gross.
people around. And there is a high elf lady. Seems to be very, very well clothed in robes of green and gold.
Hello there.
Hello, welcome to Sun and Stars.
It is nice to be here. It is pleasant in here. I was just traveling through the area, and I was hoping to see what exotic goods you might be carrying.
Yes, well, we have a few things in. What kind of price range are you thinking?
Anywhere between 200 to 1,600 gold pieces.
Oh, well, at the higher end, if you care to look over here, and she brings you to a small mannequin, about 6 feet tall, that has this very, very, very finely crafted armor that has a purplish hue to it. A set of half plate, and he goes, "This is some of the finest armor you'll find within the city. This is adamantine."
Oh, Oh, that's really cool. Ooh, but it's also medium armor, so I can't use. But Cayde might be able to use it. Actually, Cayde, Cayde, my knowledge of you, would you be able to use medium armor?
Yes.
Yes.
You can use all armor.
Good to
no.
know.
I can't use heavy.
Can you not use heavy?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can use light, medium, and
I
shield.
physically can't put on medium armor without the blade song ending. So
I can use medium armor.
This is about the style of item I'm looking for. Right now I'm just kind of perusing because I have a few friends in town who might want something like this.
Wait, what did it do?
Looking around, something that would definitely catch your eye
it's dope.
as
That was
a
what?
magic user would be she completely walked past this when she was
Okay.
showing you to the armor. It's one of the more well displayed items. Would be a very finely crafted crystal ball.
What is that?
I point at it.
Oh, that's one of our finest items in the shop. That's I'm afraid that costs around 50,000 gold.
Oh, you never know. It might be something to work towards. Humor me. What does it do?
That is a crystal ball of telepathy.
That sounds quite interesting. Perhaps I shall be back for that at some point.
She
We've
kind of
entered
looks,
the
you up
trade.
and down and goes, perhaps.
The streets have been treating me.
I thought
not
that's
well.
why she was I thought that's why she.
This
was
is again, Longshadow is used to this treatment. The Valtykins treated him very similarly. It is okay. I'll just burn down her shop. I won't do that. Longshadow.
No.
If you are uninterested by the armor, we have some other items. Over here, she takes you past the crystal ball to another slightly less impressive sphere. One that you recognize quite well as something that would be crafted quite often in the academy is a drift globe.
Oh, drift globes are dope.
And shows you further through. There's a very finely crafted quiver that has a small plaque reading "Quiver of Alona."
She probably don't need bow and arrow people. Damn.
And well, you would know that the quiver of Alona doesn't only carry arrows;
it
it also
doesn't.
carries daggers, spears.
Would it be able to in the bow compartment? Would it be able to fit one or two great swords?
Yeah.
How much is the quiver running for?
The quiver of Alona is on offer for 1,000 gold pieces.
I might be back within the next few days for that one. I have a friend who carries far too many goods on them.
And further along, we also have a selection of spell scrolls.
Spell scrolls. Which spells do you have available?
And like, there's just a mad glint in his eye.
I'm just gonna reel these off.
Yeah, go for
we
it.
got a scroll of augury.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
That's the one of the better ones they have. A scroll of bane, a scroll of cause fear, a scroll of charm person, disguise self, druidcraft, heroism, mending, ray of frost, and shape porter.
I could potentially learn a cantrip. Ooh, woo.
It's I used a generator for this.
That's valid.
They also have a scroll of mending, true strike, mage armor, beast bond, animal messenger, call lightning, psychic scream. However, that one is on offer for 20,000 gold.
That's valid.
And vampiric touch.
Vampiric touch. I'm gonna read that real quick. I'm gonna do a little bit of what the kids call googling.
Glugling.
It's a third level spell that is like is
Waddling.
basically
Glugling.
you siphon life force from other people to heal your own wounds.
That is so evil, and as much as Aaron loves that, Longshadow would never take that spell. As much as Aaron loves the shit out of that, Longshadow would never do it.
Like,
Lame.
There's also a few potions of healing, ranging from basic to supreme healing is the highest one they have.
I have a sword that does that.
How many basic potions of healing do they have?
They've got more than you could afford of all of them.
Okay.
You could blow your entire cash.
How much are they running
funds.
for at the moment?
They were running for about I believe 50 gold is a standard healing potion.
mhm.
All right. So let me. I'm gonna definitely grab a couple of those because we're about to do something mucho dangerous.
Yeah, this place is quite reasonably priced. Yeah, like these are pretty standard rates.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see here. So, 50 gold. I will go ahead and pick up 4 of those right now.
Okay.
That'd be 200 gold, right? Minus 200 for potions. I'll pick up 4 basic healing potions for now. But keeping my eye on that quiver, that's pretty good. Potion of healing. I will make sure to put those in a separate pouch than my potion of poison.
Okay.
That would be very
Good
important.
idea.
What'd you say?
What
You
did the almond do
you
again?
don't know for a fact that's poison though, do you?
No, but we also all immediately said that's poison, and I don't think he would have bothered to check because the spell that he would need to check he doesn't have. Do they have a pearl here? With 100, like a component pearl.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll be able to get you a component pearl. This place, like, it stocks.
I'm gonna spend the 100.
components.
I'm gonna spend the 100 gold on the component pearl then, because I
Okay.
need that for identify.
Okay,
When did you
so-
get that, by the way?
What identify or the potion?
No, the
from Maroka?
potions. Marilka, that
From
was it.
Maroka. Yeah.
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 that bitch.
Yeah. That's I'm
The
definitely gonna
spell
grab
scrolls,
that.
I'll give you the price for them. The cantrips, so Mending, Ray of Frost, and Shape Water are only like 20 gold each. Heroism is 120, Disguise Self, Cause Fear, Bane are all 120, Augury is 240, Vampiric Touch is 400, True Strike is 20, Shield is 120, Mending is 22. Oh yeah, I've already got 20. You already got Mending. Mage Armor is 120. Call Lightning is 400. Animal Messenger is 240, and Beast Bond is 120.
I will pick up Shape Water and Beast Bond.
Okay.
That's gonna be 140 total, right?
Yeah.
All right, I just blew half of my savings, but it's okay.
Goddamn.
Minus 120 spell scrolls.
But they also stock magical components, magical item crafting components.
I'll also probably drop. I'm at 530 right now. I'll probably drop my remaining 30, like just to bring it down to an even 500, just on 3 blocks of incense for the Find Familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's expensive business being a wizard.
Yeah. I think. Oh fuck! You know what I didn't even think about? How much? Okay, so I have to pay an amount per spell level to copy things in my spellbook. That vellum that I got from the office, how much of that would that cover for my copying of spells?
Hold on.
Because I want to be able to copy my cantrips so that I can be like, no, I want to do something fun with it.
Let me go to
We
the
gotta
wizard
plan.
rules.
Because it just says an amount of gold equal to. It doesn't give pricing for the components.
One of the gold is equal to the spell thing.
Well, no, I'm saying like, yeah. So like, how much would the vellum cost?
Spell list. You can change your list of spells. Where's the copy bit? Ritual casting, learning spells, copying a spell into the spellbook. When you find a wizard spell at first level or higher, you can add it to your spellbook. So you can't add a cantrip.
Sad.
You can cast the cantrip from the scroll, but you can't add it to your spellbook.
I'll just grab the beast bond. I won't.
Copying
grab
that spell
the-
into your spell involves reproducing the basic form of the spell, then deciphering the unique system of notation used by the wizard who wrote it. You must practice the spell until you understand the sounds or gestures required, then transcribe it into your spellbook using your own notation. For each level, so I would say, you know that spellbook you have from the
Yeah.
other guy? You would
Yeah.
need to transcribe that, and it would take all that money to put it into your own spellbook, so you could use it.
I don't-
you
I
can't
was talking
cast
about the
from that book.
vellum that I have.
Yeah.
Like just the sheets
I
of
know, but I
paper.
was just saying, now reading over this thing, you wouldn't be
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to cast from that spellbook.
Yeah.
For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces. The cost represents the material components you will expend as you experiment with the spell to master it. Vellum is in the player's handbook.
Is it? Okay.
I believe so.
I believe.
Oh, sorry
I
everyone.
dropped Baby Yoda on the
Wizard
floor.
accounting.
This is so sad. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this to happen when I walked into a store. It just happened.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
guys.
Don't worry about it.
Let me just go to the equipment section.
The
Weapons.
spellbook
Adventuring
is
gear.
50 gold pieces.
Yeah. I don't see vellum. I don't see it. Can you guys see it? Can you show me where on it is?
Nope.
It's just a blank screen.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, hang on. Parchment 1 sheet is a silver piece. So I think it's. I'm pretty certain I read this somewhere. I think it's 1 gold piece per thing.
That's
Per
fine.
sheet.
I'll take it. Worry about it later.
I may be wrong. Someone correct me if
Agreed.
I'm wrong. But Yeah, I
Totally
believe
fine.
it is 1 gold piece per sheet. It's expensive stuff.
Totally fine. After that, I will leave the store, and on my way to the warehouse, I will disguise myself once again as Professor Ruvine.
Okie doke. And yeah, rest of your trip like goes without incident. Are you trying to be hidden? Can I be stealthy?
As Ravine, I don't think I necessarily need to like. I don't stand out here, so I think I'm just gonna walk casually, not because I feel like if I attempt to be stealthy and I fuck it up, people are gonna
gonna look
notice
more
that I'm looking
suspicious.
like I'm trying to be stealthy. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And you rest of your journey goes without much incident.
Mhm.
You see there are quite a lot of guards in this city. And yeah, it's the waning hours of the day when you arrive at it's like mid-afternoon. When you finally arrive at the warehouse specified by Eli. It looks very unassuming from the outside. And there is someone, however, who looks to be looking like he's trying not to look like a god. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's pretending he's not a guard, but he's guarding the door. He's in plain clothes.
Okay. This is completely out of game. Ben and Kenna. Do I do the thing that I want to do, or do I do the safe thing?
Do the safe thing.
Do whatever is
Ride
not
or
gonna
die.
get
Fucking coward. Do it.
you or yourself killed.
Not me killed? Alright, I'll do the safe thing. I won't do the thing that I want to do, and I'll put the
Lame.
signet ring back in my pocket.
Do what Long Shadow would do.
Long Shadow's more cautious than I am.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm gonna at this point, this is where I'm gonna try and be a little bit more unassuming. I'm going to do a quick lap of the building as well as I can from public roads, trying to count the amount of soldiers I see come to and from, maybe have an idea of what a possible head count inside might look like, if there's any windows or open doors. And once I've done as much as I can as a Ravine, I'll probably send in Rusty's with Ben. No, or with Cayde. I can't send in Rusty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taste the joint.
If you didn't know this place was a make a perception check.
Okay. Actually, where's the Long Shadow D20? This is important. Okay, that's actually really good. Plus my perception is not as good as Jason's, but it's decent. That's gonna be a 21.
Okay.
17 plus 4.
How long do you look for?
I would have cast the spell right before I got there, so I'll spend a solid half an hour walking around.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Okay. It's pretty decent. 19. 11 plus 8.
All right. In that half an hour, not many people come and go.
Okay.
And the people that do, like every once in a while, 1 or 2 people will come out. They look like they're dressed like workers. They're clearly trying to sell the idea that this place is just a place of work. And if you didn't know
study
better,
their faces,
okay.
specifically the people leaving, because I want to be able to recall them in case I want to disguise self as one of them later.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Make an investigation check. We'll see how good you are at it.
It's gonna be a investigation 16.
Okay, I'd say you managed to well enough. You think you've got it.
Okay.
We'll see closer to the time.
Yeah. If I need to, I'll reach down and pick up actually what I can do is I'll reach down, pick up just like a handful of dirt at some point, and I'll pick one of the workers, and I'll use the mold earth cantrip to harden the dirt and make it into a bust as well as I can of that person's face, because I can make shapes and colors appear with the mold earth cantrip. Just so that I've got it's like a little statue photograph.
It's not great.
Oh,
it's a cantrip. It's not going to be photorealistic, and it's also made of dirt. If it crumbles just slightly,
this will do.
You think it should be good enough. Yeah, if you didn't know better, you would think this place was an ordinary warehouse.
Okay, and that means going off not assumptions, but just common sense. There probably isn't packed shoulder to shoulder with soldiers on the inside. Do I? In
half an hour, you'd see maybe 3 people moving in and out.
Okay.
Half an hour is not a long time.
At any point, do I see or do I hear the sounds of any amount of people talking coming through the workspace, sounding like maybe like more than 5 to 10 people in there?
You'd need to get closer to Cayde. Like, if you've just been wandering around outside, not good enough. You'd have to like climb up, get really close to the place.
Okay, well, I have
Find
one of each of my slots left, so I could try something. I'm gonna read the Find Familiar spell real quick.
I think it takes a minute to resummon it to your person.
Let me see here. As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. Alternatively, you can dismiss it forever. As an action, while it's dismissed, it would take two actions to dismiss it and reappear. The question is, do I know? Because I have no way of knowing whether or not they've gotten to safety at this point.
Yeah, you can't see through his eyes while you're this far from them.
I'll take the gamble. I'm gonna dismiss Rusty. So Cayde, you're gonna feel just in your pocket as Rusty vanishes, and
I squished him.
and I'll reappear him directly on my shoulder.
Yeah, so completely.
Long Shadow's gonna be so mad at you.
No, he's gone. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's what happens when you squish him, right?
No, really. There's nothing.
That's what I said. That's also what would happen if the wizard who cast it died.
It's also
Just
true.
wanna say.
Do we know that?
You
You
can
have no
guess.
You can guess, but you've never seen me die. So you.
Thank God for that.
Hey, it's almost happened to a couple of you. That's all I'm saying.
Ha.
I've only been knocked unconscious like once in this campaign. It was by a teenager.
I remember that.
Yeah, but you got him back. Anyway. We have good times here.
It will never leave.
His name was Marcus Genwin. He was from Bastion, and Audra killed him.
Anyway,
Enough.
you've got. Yep, just he appears at your side. Little owl, buddy.
All right, I'm going to. Is there like a bush or something nearby?
No, you're in a street.
Okay. Is there an alleyway?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just hunker down into a nearby alleyway. Like, try and take like a piece of garbage and cover myself.
Yeah,
And
just
then
trying to make yourself look like a hobo.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to take my owl, put him between my hands, and transfer my sight and hearing to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will release him and let him fly off towards the warehouse.
Okay. And just off in.
And he's silent, unlike the duck. Fuck.
Where's he going?
Are there any windows to this warehouse?
Audra, give me a number. Between 1 and 100.
68.
Ooh, close. Good.
Ooh. There are. I was wanting to see if there were any open windows. One of them is ajar. Enough,
Okay, but, like, is it
enough for
open
Rusty
though?
to get through. It's not open,
How do
it's
you
a jar.
hold the window in a jar? How does that work?
Shut up! I will... There's no window. Fuck you. No.
Okay.
That's
so
what will happen if you keep this shit up. There is a window and it's ajar.
from the window to the wall. Let's see here. So I'm gonna send Rusty through the window. Just gonna
Yep, you just like
land on the windowsill.
tiny little owl. He squeezes through this gap.
Mhm.
Inside, it's pretty it's a warehouse. There's a it's two tiers. There is a large empty space. Well, would be an empty space in the bottom, and then there is a kind of gangway above, allowing you to look down into the empty space.
And Rusty's got dark vision of 120 feet if it's not well lit.
It's lit.
Okay.
With a few arcane arcane light sources. There are around 10 guards. All seem to be. None of them are in any uniform. They all seem armored with piecemeal armor, looking more like mercenaries than guards. But they are all high elves, and they seem mostly armed with crossbows, with heavy crossbows.
Interesting.
That's
You
all
see
you
the
can see
owl
from where you
stroke
current-
his
yeah.
own chin with his wing.
That's what you can see from Rusty's current vantage point.
Do I see anywhere where they might be holding the parents?
You can't. There's areas in the space beneath that you can't quite see because they are covered by the
Okay.
the walkway.
Okay, Rusty is going to just tuck the wings and fall back into the warehouse and open them right before he hits the ground. Land very stealthily.
Make me a stealth check for Rusty.
He's got a +3. Come on, Rusty. Come on, Rusty. What's that? That's a 15 plus 3. That's an 18. Come on,
Okay.
Rusty.
He says, "Ooh, bitch."
And I rolled shit. Okay. So look, as Rusty
Done.
plummets in and into the bottom of the thing, you'd see, there is a makeshift living area built into one of the that's been put together in the corner of the room. Living area is a strong word for it. They are barely just like strewn straw with some very basic what's the word called Hessian blankets. Look like they'd be very scratchy.
Yeah.
And sat in this corner, huddled together, you would see and recognize from the portrait Reynard and Charlotte Vakian. What you were not expecting to see, however, is the third figure sat a short way away from them,
Oh, do they have her?
who you would recognize from your brief visit to the Magisarcatum, Reynard Vakian.
No! Shit, they do have her.
They all look
Okay.
they all look severely beaten.
No.
Mostly Reyna and Reynard, looking very, very poorly, very, very badly beaten. They look quite bruised. Reyna's robes torn in a few places, scorched in a couple of others. Charlotte looks mostly unharmed, as if possibly Reynard had protected her when they came.
I have
Uh,
a rules bending question.
Yep.
So, with my familiar, I can cast a spell through it if it has a range of touch. This technically isn't a spell, and I can see why you would say no. Would it be possible for me to lay on hands through the owl? Because it's not a spell, and I can see why you'd
not
say
a spell,
no to that.
so no, I would
Okay.
not.
So I wanted to ask.
They also they look beaten. They don't look like they're not like currently bleeding.
I know.
You probably wouldn't be able, laying hands probably wouldn't do much.
Is Reyna reachable without the guard seeing the owl with the stealth check he's got now? Do I think I could
Yeah,
get him
I rolled a
to-
2 on my perception, so I'd say
Okay.
they're currently distracted.
Cool. So I'm gonna have Rusty silently just glide up and land on Reyna's lap.
Reyna kind of jumped. She was clearly she was looking quite tired, like a bit. Her eyes were drifted, closed, and she kind of jumps when she sees this owl land on her lap. And you see she kind of brings up her hands.
And
you see
and
her
acting way more human.
Hang on.
Yep.
You would see as she brings up her hands, they are currently shackled with this metal that you've read about, but was not present at any point in your studies, as this metal was kept far away from the academy. It's a purple metal which is kind of mottled with silver, which you would know to be, from descriptions, dimeritium.
Dimeritium.
That is, and the
who?
dimeritium. It's magic that, when you fashion things like shackles from, can be formed to make basic anti-magic abilities.
Oh,
It's meant to nullify magic users.
how do you spell that?
Dimeritium. And I stole it from The Witcher.
Valid and fair.
We haven't seen this in Sorodin before, have we?
It's not common. It's very rare material that is used by extremely wealthy people to subdue magic users, powerful magic users. This normally wouldn't bother with this for someone who is quite weak. Normally, regular shackles and a gag will do for them. If you want to completely nullify someone's ability to cast, dimeritium is the only way to ensure that they have no tricks. And you would also, now that you have a better vantage point, you're closer up. Reynard also has this.
Interesting. So acting way more human-like than an owl has any right to, Rusty's gonna like open and close his wings, like, hey, I am a familiar. Make it clear there is intelligence behind these eyes.
This owl's just like
Dancing. You know, it's like Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon 3 with like the feathers.
Okay. Ben, for a quick hot sec, before I get to Rayna's reaction, can you give me a number between 1 and 100?
Fuck.
37.
Okay.
ooh.
I'm trying to find literally anything I can do to help these fuckers.
Oh,
wanna help
I
them.
used the wrong die. Whoops. There we go.
I want to find literally anything I can do to help them.
Okay. Yeah, Rayna looks confused. She's just staring at the thing, like.
You know how when like you run like pencil lead or something over skin, it leaves like white marks,
Yeah.
like, very easily. The owl's gonna reach a talon out onto the arm and lightly
Really?
touch Reyna, like, and pause and like look like he's asking permission.
She just like is just transfixed. She's so
Okay.
confused.
He's gonna start just very lightly writing long shadow on the skin, just to like let
That's
her
a
know who this is coming
long
from.
fucking
Fine, I'll
name.
write Cayde. I'll write it's 5 letters versus long shadow, which is like a lot.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
For the bird. All right.
Sleight of
Yes.
hand check.
That's a 12. I'm gonna see if
Okay.
that adds anything. That's a 13.
Make a talon calligraphy check.
13. Reyna doesn't really know how to react.
That's fine.
She gets the impression, like, she understands there's something going on.
Yeah.
And she understood you were trying to trace letters.
You know,
Whether or
wait
not
a
the
second.
whether or not the full effect of it got through, up in the air.
Okay. Do I think? All right. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do?
Oh, I
what
also
I'm gonna
forgot
do-
to mention, Reyna is wearing a necklace that you did not notice on her before. That's all.
That's important. That's important.
Oh.
I feel like that's important. Reyna wearing new necklace. Necklace. Interesting. Okay, I was trying to get across the idea that we're going to come rescue them, but I don't know how to do so. You guys have any ideas? Because Long Shadow's smarter than me. I feel like he's at least as smart as the 3 of us combined.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Have the owl like peck at the handcuffs and then be like, "Gonna run away."
Fucking valid. All right, I'll give it a try.
Please
Just
play
peck.
charades with the prisoners.
I mean, like, we don't have an option. We don't have really a way to talk to them. Because, like, wait a second. If I'm within owl range, I'm going to try and cast the message cantrip at Reyna. Be like, Reyna, this is Long Shadow. Can you hear me? Nod once if yes. Go through the whole rigmarole of casting again. This is my familiar. Nod yes if it is okay for him to stay with you.
You see, she's
All
looking
right.
up right now.
Mm-hmm. Someone is watching?
She's
Are you
actually, like,
asking-
she's looking out for something.
Something is coming soon. Alright, we are going to attempt to rescue you at some point soon. Is there an impending time limit? Okay,
Shrug.
okay. How many guards have you seen blink the amount of times? It's gonna be a lot of blinking, but go for it.
Ever?
Just at a time. Like, is what he's asking. Is how many do you see at any given time?
She blinks 13 times.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Are they capable of arcane magics?
She assumes you mean more than all high elves are.
More than
Yeah,
all high elves.
She shakes her head.
Jond'athan is here.
And you'd see her eyes widen as she nods and she kind of looks up.
That's who you're waiting for.
And do you turn around?
Oh no.
Oh, the owl?
Fuck.
Oh, Rusty.
The owl
180.
turns and looks.
Just 180. 180 the elf's head.
He's gonna wave with his wing.
See how close he is.
No, don't.
Good thing I just bought the incense to
How
resummon
many
Rusty.
hit points
Not
does
looking.
Rusty have? Okay, what you see is you see a spiked ball. You would actually see 3 spiked balls, but only one of them is any problem to you. Of a flail, of black and red metal, and that is all you see as the signal from Rusty cuts out.
No, Rusty.
Well,
Gonna kill that
explains
man.
Quite a lot. Shit.
Now they know we're coming.
I don't know
So-
why I bothered asking how many hit points Rusty has. He didn't have
Yeah, he
enough.
has one. His average hit points is 1d4 minus 1, but the book gives him 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Knowing that, I'm gonna give it like a minute and hear if it sounds like they've dispatched guards to look around anywhere.
No.
Like in the immediate vicinity. Okay. All right. I'm gonna, for good measure, I'm gonna re-disguise self. This time using one of my last 3 spell slots. I'm almost out of spell slots, guys. This is unfortunate. I'll use my last 2nd level because I want to keep a 1st level open.
Birdie is
And-
still in Ar'ran Jond'athan's mindset, and it scares the shit out of me. Just saying.
Yeah, and I'm going to disguise self as that worker. I'm just gonna walk away.
They're gonna walk in. Fuck.
Walk away.
Hey, boss.
I'm sad there was no fireball spell scroll. Is all I'm saying. I would have learned it tonight.
Okay, you walk away. No one
Yeah.
tries to stop you.
Okay, I have 2 spell slots left, and it's about 2 hours till the thing. Every time I change, I'm changing into a different random denizen that I see on the streets.
It's only half an hour to get to the inn.
half an hour, then I'm changing every 10 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Right, 10, 15 minutes. I want to not be anywhere near the disguises I've used previously in the city.
Okay, I'd say
Nor myself.
you probably take more than 45 minutes to an hour, as I'm assuming you would take more
Yeah.
of a circuitous route.
Yeah, I would take more than. Yeah, I'd definitely take a different.
Make me a
route, and I would
perception
change.
check.
Perception or deception? I didn't do
Perception.
that. 17 plus 4, 21.
Something you would notice going back, doesn't quite. It keeps nagging you every time you look up. There's the same bird,
There it is, motherfucker.
Ah.
Hmm.
and when
Hey, it's a pseudo dragon.
when you do notice it, and you look up and study it further, you would notice it's not a bird.
Yeah.
It is a tiny red dragon.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm gonna pretend like I haven't seen it and wait for it to get a little closer. Dagger of returning at it.
Oh, yes,
Make an attack
kill
roll.
that thing.
Okay.
Oh, now they know we're coming.
Plus 9, so it's 15 plus 9 is 24.
What's the range?
The range.
It's keeping it's
disadvantage
keeping
would
a constant distance.
be 60 feet would be the disadvantage range. So do I need to make it a disadvantage?
How big is 60 feet? It's like 10 people stacked on top of each other.
Excuse me.
That's how.
Not
That's
10
just.
feet.
That's just how
If
I.
I can't
I'm
hit it, I wouldn't
British. If
attack.
you don't measure it in meters, I can't visualize it. So I have to imagine just more me's. I'm
It's
6
like-
foot. It's
it's
just me
like-
stacked on top of each other.
It's like 21 meters.
He's out of range. The dagger just goes wide and vanishes before it hits the ground.
I would try and
Yeah.
attack it. That's the whole thing. Okay. Okay. Then, do I have anything of range that I can use to attack him? I'm a melee fighter. I don't have ranged attacks. All right. Fuck it. I'll call his bluff then. I'll stop moving and look at him. And I'll just stare at him and wait. Very obviously.
He circles above head like a vulture. He doesn't seem to care that you can see him.
I'm going to find an inn separate than the one we agreed on.
That's gonna take a little bit.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to find your way to a more of a. It's less of an inn, more of a bar, more of a pub. It's meant for workers to clock off onto a day and have a drink.
I've got one first level and one third level left.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try as best I can to enter that inn as one disguise, make my way to the back of the inn, picking one person at random on the way there to change disguises, and try and stealth out without that thing seeing me.
Make a stealth check.
That is 19 plus 8. That is a 27.
Okay. You make your way out of the back
Do
of
I
the inn.
do I see the pseudo dragon?
No. If you continue walking out, you would not notice it tailing you.
All right, and then I'll make my way back to the other inn.
Okay. You finally make your way to the Black Stallion, or the in Elvish, et Ebon Ekun.
Ebon Ekun. I would make my way there. Fuck, how do I find out which room you guys are in?
I would say they probably, if I speak for you, as Jason is the least conspicuous, he would probably be waiting for you
All
to
right.
return.
Yeah. And then I'm going to look at him and then like look to where to go towards the rooms. Like not immediately walking over.
Jason would kind of just like very inconspicuously kind of tilt his head, and then he would walk in that direction.
Okay, I'll give it like 30 seconds walking where he's going, and then I would follow and enter the same room.
Okay, yeah, and as you the doors are all shut, when you get in front of one of them, it just opens and Jason pulls you in.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was nerve-wracking.
What happened?
What did you
Well,
find?
I found out why Reyna has not been responding to my messages. Reyna is present. As with your parents, I have seen all three of them in the last hour.
Wait, they're all together? She's captured?
Yes. They are captured, and if you're asking why they have not escaped, it's something very dangerous for people like me that they have access to. They have fashioned cuffs out of a non-magical material called dimeritium.
Dimeritium.
Dimeritium. I just read it as I spelt it, which was dumb.
Dimeritium. And that stops people like me from using magic. People like your sister. It might even be able to temporarily sever your bond with your sword.
Yikes.
It is very, very dangerous things when facing it in combat. Jond'athan is the only member of note who's there that I saw, that your sister was able to communicate to me before he killed Rusty.
Oh.
By the way, I apologize if I caused you a scare. I borrowed him for my own purposes.
Right. Okay.
I will have to
Yeah,
resummon him tonight.
Alright, I might have
So you
squished
did
him.
squish him.
Yeah.
You didn't squish my bird, did you, Cayde?
No.
When he disappeared, I got a little worried. But there was nothing in there, so I guess
You-
it's okay.
Did not mention that Jond'athan had access to a pseudo-dragon.
The pseudo and you see Audra get really pissed off. Usually Audra
Oh,
really
yeah.
likes animals. Like she's so totally an animal lover. Fuck that pseudo dragon.
You probably
Oh.
should have
What's
mentioned
your
that he
problem
had-
with Ruby?
Yeah.
Ruby's great.
Ruby's a bitch. Traitorous whore.
Oh my god. Damn.
I held that dragon.
You
But
guys fight Jonathan, I've got a
in the
pseudo dragon to
future-
fight.
If our enemy has access to a familiar, perhaps we should mention that. However, I think I've lost the tale. However, they may know that I am here,
Okay.
because I noticed it following me after maybe 15, 20 minutes, so I stopped at another inn and hopefully lost it there.
At this point, I've dropped my disguise self, and I am like hunched over, exhausted. I am almost 100% out of magic right now.
But beyond that, there were about 13 guards, is what Reyna was able to communicate to me at any given time. Though I'm sure now that
14,
I've
including
been
Jonathan.
14, including Jond'athan. But I'm assuming that number will go up now that they know someone is into the warehouse.
We need to act soon then, but you need your rest with your spells. And anything else?
Your parents look as though they have been attacked, but not as though they are kept in the worst conditions. Your father is more bruised than anything else. I know the face of one of the guards if I wish to pretend to be them, though. They will be more wary of arcane tricks after they kill an owl and it vanishes into thin air. But I do believe that we could take them. I don't know Jond'athan's power. He used a flail in combat.
I remember.
Big scary thing, probably magical because it was red and black.
Probably.
I suggest that we do not attack them tonight. We take our rest. Honestly, it may be in our best interest to wait for tomorrow night. Because we cannot attack during the day when the streets have guards, and we cannot attack at night tonight without gimping ourselves.
Could be a long 24 hours.
Oh, do any of you still have any healing potions on you?
I think I might. Let me double check.
No.
Audra, I know that you had mentioned healing Cayde previously with your feelings, but
I don't
until
know how that worked.
consistently know that you can do that.
I do not have any healing potions left now.
I stopped by a shop and I gathered some potions of healing. I have 4. I don't think Jason has any in his equipment right now, does he? Let me see. He does not. Okay, I'll hold on to this to give to Hex next session, but I'm planning on giving each of us a healing potion. Because even though we have healing, it's good to have. So you two can each write down a healing potion.
Healing potion?
Also,
Very
Audra,
nice.
I did see an item of interest at the shop that I was at that you might be interested in. It was a quiver, but I think that instead of using it as it was intended, it is another folded space that you could perhaps store your swords in.
I mean, you could get your greatsword in your haversack, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of them is in the haversack.
It's just their offer. It was going for about 1,000 gold, though, so maybe not soon. Well, now that I have done my scouting for the day, will one of you... Audra, should we test something?
Huh?
Could we test something?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I think I've done something wrong here at some point, 'cause I just added that and I went to check my inventory. It says I have 6 potions of healing.
Yeah, you
That can't be
definitely
right.
Yeah, I think you've not been counting them off.
Have I not been? Yeah, I must have just not been deleting them. I'll just say 1. I've got 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I
we
was like,
ran out
that's
last
not
time we
right.
used them.
Yeah.
Audra,
I
we
think I
had
bought
mentioned
some more at some point, but
that you were unsure as to
Have
how
2.
you heal.
Why not? Have 2 with the one you just got.
Which is also good for K-Dev too, considering he's the one member of the party without any form of healing on him right now.
He's got a life-stealing sword.
yeah, I do.
That's pretty dope. It's pretty dope, but it won't let him heal other people.
Also,
which
won't
is-
heal him unless he crits.
May we try something?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna reach into my bag. I'm gonna pull out a cube.
God.
Jesus Christ.
You still haven't painted it?
I have been procrastinating.
So you're not gonna mention the armor you saw?
The armor it was pretty expensive, but we'll wait because I want to
much
see
was
how
it?
much money it was. Like, actually, I don't think I asked the price. Now I think.
It was 1,250.
Oh, it was
I
12.
can-
It was 1,200.
I can almost afford that. I can almost afford that.
I'll mention it to Cayde real quick.
Also, I saw some armor, Cayde, that might be useful to you. It was going for about 1,200 gold pieces.
Well, if you think
Perhaps
it'll
when we
help
kill
us-
your bounty hunter friend, there will be gold on his body.
You'll be back
I
to
need
stealth
it
disadvantage as well, by the way.
we might. Yeah.
Audra,
Can almost afford that.
when we at the Agatham, when we are training students of natural magics like sorcery, We often, for the first few sessions, have them undergo stress to see if that can activate their magic.
And then I start fiddling with the cube.
Okay.
What do I roll again, Birdie?
Investigation check.
16.
I need to get the fucking stats for this item back up. Don't remember what document it's in.
Wasn't it like something? How many D12 or D6?
It was
Lots.
It was a ton of dice.
It was
This
a
is my
bunch.
kill myself cube. If we ever get to the point where we're gonna TPK, I'm gonna play with this cube rather than get struck down by an enemy. I want you to know that.
There it is. Okay. But
I'm gonna close my shades. It's very bright now.
fucking need to bookmark these things.
Kill cube bookmark.
Murder cube.
Got it.
One of these days, guys, I'll get it. One of these days.
One day on that 20.
One day on that.
12d6. Hey, I did need
Oh,
all those
that's
d6s I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just roll these twice. That's a lot. 6, 10, 14, 17, 19, 22. That's not too bad.
I make a
24,
whiz save, right?
28. Oh yeah, you make a wisdom save.
That's
29,
wisdom save is a 16. 12 plus 4.
32, 34, 35 points. See, what did you say? What did you get?
I got a 16 on the whiz save.
You failed, and you take 34 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
You see Longshadow pull out the cube, and he's like just standing there, and he just full like
His
tilts and lands.
His
at the
eyes
bed.
eyes roll back. His fucking nose starts bleeding.
I'm still up technically. I have 15 hit points left.
I know, and your brains are slightly leaking.
Audra, help me. Audra.
Audra,
doing this?
Audra rips the cube out of your hand.
It's slightly warm to the touch.
She doesn't look at it at all.
This... I was intending for it to be a bit more stressful than you getting to bully me and take my cube.
You are killing yourself.
In the name of science.
You're dumb. And she like forehead like had
Isn't
a
it in the
V8
name of
face
magic?
palm you.
More realistically.
I mean, magic is a science. What are you talking about?
Like looking at him, does it look like he's gonna live?
Yeah. He just looks real bad. His eyes are bloodshot. He's got a very slight nosebleed.
I don't know. What do you want from me?
Just put your
Audra.
hand on my forehead and try and heal me.
Hey, Audra.
What?
Remember when I got swallowed by that sea serpent and that feeling you had where you just really didn't want me to die, I guess?
Yeah.
Try and think back to that. Try and focus on whatever you were feeling in that moment. And just focus on it. I believe in you.
Fine. Audra puts her hand on Long Shadow's head right between his ears. She closes her eyes and she's just like,
Your hand glows slightly underneath your palm. And the bloodshot eyes begin to recede. How much do you heal him for?
everything I got.
So 10
Which
points. 10
is-
points of healing.
I believe it's 10.
If you've got 2 paladin levels, then it's 10.
Yep, it's 10.
Oh. Oh. Well, now we know you can consistently do it. Oh, that's blood.
Better? That you look a little. You still look like shit. Please, why?
Because you could not heal me if I was not injured.
I could have injured you, and she shoves the cube back at you.
Thank you for not taking my cube.
Put it in my
Yeah,
bag.
Ah,
better than
God.
that.
I
You
love
still
my
got it.
cube.
It is the most interesting thing we have run into in this entire trip.
What?
It is the most interesting thing.
belongs
because he
to
can't
you.
solve it. He can solve everything else. He can't solve this.
You're the worst.
There's a reason that he's an academic and not just a warrior.
Okay.
You know what else you guys have now that you're paladins? Just saying.
Oh, hey, can I divine sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cool.
So you're holding this thing, and like, after thinking, like, I can't figure this thing out, like, you try and you would get making slight progress, and then the crystal started to glow again, and it shut back together, and you had that intense feeling of pain, but now you're, like, thinking you can tap into these new abilities you've started to look into, and as you're holding it so close to your face, suddenly it reeks. It stinks so bad.
Oh my god.
Whatever this box is, it is evil.
Evil? Well, then
Cayde
it's best
turns
I
to
figure
one
it out before
side.
anyone else figures it out.
What did you just say?
Audra, can you not smell that? Ugh.
I'm not trying to. Did you?
Why are you now sniffing the box?
Well, I thought about it, and Audra had recently developed these abilities. And you had mentioned feeling things, so I focused my mind to see if I could feel something. And now this smells like the worst thing in the world.
Does it smell like metal? Because that was probably the nosebleed.
No, I smelled that beforehand. You are correct. No, it smelled like... It smelled like whenever the Conjuration Ward would tap into the powers of something that was not of the higher planes.
I don't know what that means.
Nope.
It is a very roundabout way to say it smells like something from the lower planes or evil. Because if you are not immortal, forces of good and evil are born from the planes and not something that people choose.
Cayde is now very aware of the sword.
Smells like hell.
Oh, well.
Speaking of which, I know I was mostly distracted by the cube. Would I have smelt that coming off the sword?
The sword's not around.
I was gonna say, you
Valid,
can't smell
isn't it?
the
I
blood.
can still say.
You do get like when Audra on the ship, like you and Audra both smell kind of good. Oh no, you don't smell. Reading the
You
thing,
tingle.
you would tingle. It's like heavenly music. Cayde, a little bit of a musk, just a tiny little bit.
Little stink? Little
Well,
stink?
can you just hear
Just a
death metal?
tiny. Although, like Cayde, you get a similar ringing from Cayde. Thing is, so like it's only the divine sense only works in the presence of strong evil and good.
Mhm.
So like ordinary humans don't have that strong evil and good.
Yeah.
That tingle is the divine abilities that you and Audra are currently tapping into with these paladin levels, and it's just a tiny little. It's like Cayde has been around something smelly.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
He
That
doesn't
tracks.
stink. There's just a little bit of an aura.
tracks. Because we're trusting
I
Cayde, I'm not going to
Bathed
bring it up.
last night.
Because we're I'm not
You
even
did
going to bring
bathe
it
last
up.
night.
We're trusting Cayde. I'm not even going to bring it up.
Cayde doesn't act. Once it wears off, Cayde no longer smells.
Alright.
I'm gonna pop it up, like, just pop open our window a little and try again. See if I can sense anything outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Within 60 feet? No, you wouldn't.
Okay. Oh, that really does reek. Ugh.
So put your nose away.
All right.
Listen, we need to talk about what we're gonna do about this.
Yeah.
This
I know
is
that-
so obviously a bait. And it's a good one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we can take them. I know I'm not normally the one to go for the aggressive plan, but if I can sneak in and get to Reyna, free her, with Reyna we can definitely win.
I've run away from Ar'ran Jond'athan once already. I'm not doing it again.
Oh, we are aware. We are not running away. It is what is our attack plan.
He has hold over this place, and I'm not letting that stay.
I think, as an attack plan, I think we should probably stab him.
You know what, Jason?
Good
I
idea.
agree, but I get first dibs.
I think our plan should be to attack.
I have an attack plan. Attack.
Can you guys raise your hand if you have positive intelligence modifier?
Sorry?
Either of my other party members here, do either of you have a positive intelligence modifier?
I think I think Jason does actually have a positive intelligence.
Smartest person here is what I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
The
cool.
trouble with Jason is common sense.
That's valid. That's valid.
It's not intelligence or actual wisdom, it's just common sense that it is not determined by your stats, it's determined by
Yep.
your upbringing.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Jason's like the second smartest person in the group.
And so far in his life, Jason's gotten by pretty well just stabbing people.
It's a good mood. It's a solid move.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But that is personally what I am advocating for, is the straight, one of us gets in and frees Reyna, and then the rest of us fall upon them like hellfire.
Are you
can
confident
turn
that you can
invisible.
get these? That is true.
No. I cannot use magic to remove them. Worst comes to worst, I'm not saying this is a joke, Cayde, because I know several practitioners who would prefer this versus being stopped from using their magic. How much does your sister like her hands?
Very much so, I would have thought. I'm pretty fond of mine.
I would rather lose my hands than be imprisoned.
I'm not cutting her hands off if that's what you're saying.
You know what? We can ask her when we get there.
I'm not
But-
cutting her hands off.
I think the first plan should be free Reyna and use Reyna to attack everyone else, because she is one of the most terrifying forces of magic that I've encountered in my life.
How? Let's come up with a little bit.
If she's this powerful,
Okay.
how was she captured?
Trickery.
Hmm.
If you think you are the smartest person in the room and you are wrong, you will fail the consequences every time.
Okay.
Well,
If not, if she is working with this cult, then we have already lost.
listen, we can sneak in. I can turn up to 3 of us invisible. You can change into a guard long shadow. We can get in there, get to Reyna, get her free, and then do whatever the hell we have to do to get out.
Birdie, would I have any knowledge of how this metal affects shape changers that don't use magic to transform?
It nullifies arcane magic.
Okay. Okay. I was just thinking, like, Jason brings up a good point. What if it's not Reyna and it's just like a fucking doppelganger sitting in
Nullifies-
cuffs?
So it nullifies arcane abilities,
Not necessarily divine?
not divine.
Okay.
Divine abilities are on loan
So,
from
question then,
two powerful entities.
logistically, does that mean it only nullifies the user that they're on, or does it nullify all magic around it? As in, could you cast a spell on them?
Well, these are all good conjecture points. These are all ruling based.
I mean, does Long Shadow know? Like, can you?
And if I
does
don't
it-
know, that's also totally valid.
So hang on, sorry, repeat that.
Can magic be cast? Let me.
No,
Okay, so it nullifies all
like
magic.
a knock spell wouldn't work on it.
Okay.
Okay. What about if you polymorphed Reyna?
It
Wouldn't
wouldn't
work.
work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, so
Good to
it
know. All
also
the things good to
nullifies
know.
effective magic.
Okay.
They kind of radiate anti-magic,
We're gonna have to
Ah.
just break them off.
Yeah.
or get
I
a key.
say,
Or get a key.
I was gonna say, or we just rip the key off Ar'ran Jond'athan.
But how are
And
we
this
gonna
is-
do
this
that?
is- well,
We're
this
gonna
is
kill
the thing, right?
Oh yeah, no question on that. But like,
Well, if we have you,
Hmm.
I think if I stuck next to you, I could protect you. or if somebody sticks next to you and is dedicated to protecting you, I think we'll be okay. But let's say, for example, you and I rush Ar'ran Jond'athan, we rip the key off, and then we get it to Reyna, right? We don't have to kill him right away. The priority here is still a rescue.
If he's
Killing
here,
him is the next step in the rescue, but like that's
if he's here, I don't want him to leave.
Oh, he's not going to.
Good.
I'm just saying, getting the key, releasing Reyna and your dad would be a lot more helpful than fighting while they're still locked up.
I know. Yeah.
Jason, something you need to keep an eye on. He has a pseudo dragon. I could not hit it at my range. I think you might need to be on pseudo dragon cleanup duty. None of us have the best ranged attacks.
Right? I can probably do that. These shackles and stuff, I'm sure they're very impressive. My impression's gone bad. I'm sure they're very impressive. However, aren't they still locks?
You could pick
Are
them.
they?
Could you do that whilst invisible?
Like, I know I'm not an impressive magic user, but I can pick a lock.
Well, there you go. I can turn you and Ultra invisible. Long Shadow can turn into the guard that he was able to
I'm gonna
pick
pull
up,
out a piece
and then
of
we've
paper.
got a good plan. We can get you to Reyna. You can pick the lock, and then we've got them on our side, and then we can fight.
I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper and draw out a quick rudimentary map of the warehouse, the windows that I've seen, the staircase, the doors, the way in, the living area that's been constructed. Just very quick rudimentary. Does it look like if we were to turn Jason invisible, could he possibly get to where Reyna is on foot?
You wouldn't have the right, like, yeah, you could get to them on foot. It would be a question of whether or not you were spotted, if you bumped into someone.
Yeah, I'm talking like he's not gonna have to go through a pair of bars. Does he? Like,
No.
is the
You need to get into the building. That's all you
Okay.
need to do, and avoid anyone.
No, we can do that. We can cause a distraction. Distractions are not hard. Honestly,
Cayde, I read a book once that I think we might be able to draw inspiration from here. What if we make a reverse trap? You make a scene in front of the warehouse, bring Jond'athan out, Audra stays with you to protect you. Jason and I sneak into the building, release Reyna, the three of us hit them from behind.
That's risky. He could... That is risky. If we can all get in there and...
All of us getting in there
The thing is that
exponentially increases the difficulty.
the problem is that what if he's smart? He's not just going to be simply lured out. Now he's expecting us to come at any time. He knows we're here. There will be reinforcements. As soon as they know that we're on scene,
I'm aware.
he won't come out alone. He'll
The thing
overwhelm us.
is-
He'll call more guards.
The only...
We've
let
got
us
the
be
whole
honest.
city against us. The element of surprise is the main thing we have here.
And that is the thing, is, unfortunately, it has been proven to us that guards are not an issue. We have proven time and again that we each individually can kill
Not a
many,
whole
many...
city, though.
Not a whole city. However, we can take anyone in the immediate area of the warehouse. It is Jond'athan that is the danger. If we eliminate him, we should be able to escape.
I agree.
Right, but
So the question is, do we go in as a group, exponentially increasing the difficulty of being spotted, or do we try and lure him out, giving us more range to be attacked by more reinforcements?
as I said, the element of surprise is the main thing we have here.
We no longer have an element of surprise. They know
There's-
you are in the city. They know that you are working with an arcanist.
I know. So as soon as but if we just straight up reveal ourselves, that throws any element we have. They know that we're here. They just don't know when we're going to strike. And
If anything, they do not know you are working with someone who is not you, who's an Arcanist. If I were to keep Rusty with you, we might even be able to play it off as you were the person with the familiar.
Possibly.
Hmm.
It might not be looking for a second caster.
I like the idea of one of us going in invisible and releasing everybody while the other three are distracting everyone.
Fine. This is what we do. I'll draw him out. You three go in.
I am staying with you.
We need at least
we
one
fine?
person with you.
Why?
Because you just talked about the reinforcements outside of the building. By yourself, you are not fighting 20 guards and Jond'athan.
Not that I don't think that you could do it, but
I've done it before. Looks around to all of you.
You did it against mortal men. You did not do it against a Marilka and an army. We were all fighting Marilka while you killed mortals.
anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is I'm not leaving you. So you and I will be outside.
Mm-hmm.
The other two can go in and release everybody and bring it up in the back.
Take the one-woman battalion with you.
Ha!
Okay. All right.
All right, I think then we shall rest. We shall do this maybe tomorrow evening as guard shifts are changing.
We didn't think about something.
So
We need to gather Eli.
I was going to say, what about Eli?
we'll do that during the day tomorrow.
Honestly, Eli being part of the distraction with you might be worth it.
See how he feels.
We'll see which crew he'd like to go with.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, if we wanted to, if we want to try and keep the gig up, we could originally have the distraction be as him bringing me in.
I don't think he... At this point, I think we've blown that part of the surprise because the guards know someone has been staying with Eli.
It's still worth a try.
If anything, we can try it, the three of you going in as our outdoor team, but we'll have to ask him tomorrow morning. For now, we sleep.
Yeah.
By the way, DM, I know we're about to long rest, but could I have counted this conversation as a short rest?
No.
Can I do a short rest before we long rest in case we're attacked in the middle of the
You
night?
can summon Rusty.
Okay.
If that's what you're asking.
No, I was gonna ask if I could get my spell slots back with Arcane Recovery.
Yeah, to summon
case we're
is that to summon Rusty?
No, it was so that I have the shield spell active if we get attacked in the middle of the night. I don't know how well they followed us. Is the thing.
No, I'd say either you're long resting now or you're short resting.
Okay. All right, then I'll get Rusty and I'll long rest.
Because you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna rest for 9 hours and do a short rest and then a long rest.
Okay.
Yep.
No, that's valid. That's valid. I will use one of my incense blocks. I'm sorry, the fact that Raina's here, I just wanted to go, sweet home Alabama.
Why?
Why?
What
Stop
tension
it.
has there been between
No.
Raina and Cayde?
I
Ever.
don't know.
What is it with you and wanting people to fuck their sisters?
It spoke and then turns it into a joke is what happened there. Birdie, thank you.
But this isn't. This has been happened a couple of times. Sus. Sus. I call
Honestly,
sus.
It happened once, it was funny, and then every time after that has just been a
Aaron's
reference
the
to joke
imposter.
that's
It's
been
time
not
to
funny.
eject.
Less funny.
I'm voting Aaron to
Yeah, it's
eject.
been less funny every time.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. And you guys, you summon Rusty. And then you guys settle in for the nights. Some of you taking the bed, some of you taking the floor.
I set up my hammock.
It takes a little bit, Cayde, for you to get sleep.
I have
You're-
a thing I want to do.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm doing that.
This will be the last thing.
Yep. Oh yeah. As I kind of settle in, I'll say goodnight to everyone, then I'll close my eyes. Gonna reach out to Shadow Cleaver.
Okie doke. Music change.
Oh, spooky.
Shadow Cleaver,
Yeah.
I know Ar'ran Jond'athan is a serious threat, and I know he came for you once before. Came for us once before. But we're facing him again tomorrow, and running away isn't an option this time. He's got my family.
Do not underestimate this man.
No. And that is why I must ask something of you. I'm going to need everything from you tomorrow. Every ounce of your power that you can give me. All of it. In the state that you're in now, I need as much power as you can give me.
I fear it will not be enough. He has a fully realized Hexblade at his disposal.
Just give me all the power you can, whatever it takes. That's what I need from you. Everything you can give me. I don't care what the result is.
Good luck, Cayde Vakian.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh boy.
Sorry, we've gone 20 minutes longer than we normally do.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, y'all. So, okay. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Yep.
Come back next week for what promises to be an interesting episode.
Oh yeah.
Maybe character death? Who knows?
Stop!
I suppose Ar'ran Jond'athan's a character.
Aaron, are you muted?
I totally was. Sloan is currently streaming. If we want to,
Sloan?
we want to do Sloan.
What's Sloane's Twitch at?
Art Plebe, ARTPLEBE.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy Sloane's stream. Sloane is the best. Let's hit that raid. Everyone ready up to raid that art plebe. Bye bye, everyone.
See you next
Hold
week.
up, we're nearly there. And raid. We out.
Woo.
Nice.